Hey guys, I know it's the 4th of July. I should be going out and lighting fireworks, right? Well, unfortunately, it's really gloomy in my area and it was raining today, so I am not doing that. So tonight, I'm just going to do a Q&A, because I got nothing else better to do with my life. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is just going to be a little fun night. Send some friends the link to join a little bit later. So, but for right now, until they join, I'm just going to chat with you guys that are in the chat. So ask me any questions movie related. I am willing to take those questions from you guys. Excuse me. But how was your guys' day today? What'd you guys do for this 4th of July? So you can leave those comments down in the chat. So yeah, sorry for the quietness yet again, you guys. I'm just waiting for people to come in the chat. And again, just another reminder: if anyone is still going to comment, if my mic is still unplugged, it's plugged in. The colors will tell you so. The colors that are lighting on this microphone will tell you so. It's just the way that StreamYard does it, for one. And two, I can't find a way to actually connect my mic to the stream. So I go to settings on StreamYard like my buddy Jacob Hubbard told me, and it only just shows iPhone microphones. So yeah, there's that. So that's why it's not really up to sync, I guess you could say. But yeah, so we got 5 people in here. What's going on, guys? Again, go ahead and leave some of your questions down in the comments or in the chat, I meant to say, because the comments would be at the very end of the stream, like when it's actually done and not doing anything. Sorry, I was coughing. See, we got View with Drew. What is up, Drew? Say everyone what's up. Like always, man, what is up with you? You are an MVP, Drew. You are an MVP. So, again, for you guys that are just coming into the stream, just leave some comments, or I meant to say questions. So just go ahead and leave some questions, especially for my guests if they pop in tonight. So, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I already had that comment. Have you seen Legends starring Tom Hardy? And if so, what are your thoughts? I think I might have seen it, but I don't remember very well. To give you to kind of give you an answer there, Drew. So, yeah, so sorry about that. But thank you for the question, though. Yep, I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Hey, Judd. What's up? Jared, why hello there. What's up, Jared? Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, Judd. Eric, what is up, Eric? Thank you for being here, man. Gotta get you to collab again, dude. It's been a while. But one day we will. One day we'll make it happen. Hey, Sully. What's up, Sully? Thank you for being here. Says, hey, Luke, what's the best James Bond movie? Casino Royale. No question. No question. It's Casino Royale. Casino Royale is the best Bond movie. Perfect 3-act structure right there. Like, perfect. Dell, what's up, Dell? I got to get you on the channel soon, dude. I got to get you on the channel, so I'll hit you up on Instagram or something like that, man. How should I feel that my 2 most anticipated movies of the year, The Flash and Indy, are the biggest bombs of the year? Flash, I honestly do not care that it bombed. I honestly really could care less. Like, I thought the film was fine, but I really could care less that it's bombing right now. I really could care less. But Indy, though, that's kind of a disappointment, even though I really enjoyed it. It's kind of disappointing that it is bombing. But I'm not going to sit here and bitch and complain about it, but I am sad about that it's bombing. Oh. Where would you rank Moon Knight? Where would you rank Moon Knight with other Phase 4 MCU characters? In regards to Phase 4, he's probably my number 2, if I had to say so myself. What's up, Jared? So yeah, probably number 2, right behind Shang-Chi for me. Regards to characters. Great answer with Casino Royale. I would also accept Golden. Yes, GoldenEye is awesome, dude. GoldenEye is awesome. Who is the best James Bond actor? It's Daniel Craig. Like, is that even a question there, Judd? But thank you for that, though. It's Daniel Craig. Oop. I could go Casino Royale or Skyfall, but even maybe No Time to Die because the highs of that one are so hot. Yeah. I get you. Like, I know how much you love No Time to Die there, Eric. I know how much you love that movie. So.
And we get in other movies. I just have No Time to Die.
I think that's the only one I have out of the I think out of all of the Bond movies, I think that's the only one I have is No Time to Die. But I have seen all 25 Bond films. So I've seen all 25. Ranging from Dr. No all the way to No Time to Die. Skyfall is your favorite Bond movie, Dell. Nice. Skyfall is awesome. I think it's definitely top 3. Like, it's about on par with No Time to Die. It's about on par with No Time to Die for me, but it's definitely not beating Casino Royale. Like, Casino Royale, that is a perfect film. I said it. It's a perfect movie. Moon Knight is an awesome character. Oscar Isaac was fantastic in the role. Yes, he is. And do not overlook Ethan Hawke as Arthur Harrow in Moon Knight. Great villain. Yeah. I'm slacking. I am slacking. I'm very much so slacking. So, but I will get all the Bond movies at some point. Maybe just get the I might just get the whole set for all the James Bond movies, all the way up to Spectre. So, but we'll see. But it is a lot of money. So, let's see. Craig is my favorite Bond, but most people my age would pick Sean Connery. That's fair. I mean, Sean Connery was a great James Bond, even though looking at it now, definitely a lot of his films would not age very well. But I definitely see why, because Sean Connery was the first actor to ever portray James Bond, and may the man rest in peace. Hey, Craig says, hello from Australia. I rate Spectre seemed to be the only person I know who liked it. I really like Spectre, Craig. So you're not alone, man. You are not alone.
That's the only film from Daniel Craig is have not seen.
Is Spectre. That's interesting. I think Oscar Isaac has the best redemption playing a comic book character after his first time didn't go so well. Oh, I know. X-Men Apocalypse. Where he played as the character of Apocalypse. No, I thought he was good. What's up, Dave? Thank you for being here. Oh, did another jump. GoldenEye, I think, is the perfect classic style Bond movie, but if I'm being honest, doesn't draw the kinds of emotions to the Craig ones do, and I'm someone who I love GoldenEye as well, but I don't think, it's definitely not as good as the Craig movie is. Unless we're talking about Quantum of Solace, which it beats out. Like, GoldenEye beats that one out. I know people would say Ben Affleck had the best redemption playing comic book character, but I didn't hate his performance as Daredevil. I didn't really hate him as Daredevil. It's just the way this character was written I didn't like. What do you think of the new Superman and Lois Lane? There's good casting, but all I need to see is all I need to see is how they're going to be playing the characters once James Gunn is done with all that. So we'll see. But I am excited to see where that goes. Like, that's for certain. Like, that's for certain. I'm excited to see where it goes. I love all the Craig movies, but the odd number ones are on another level. So that's Casino Royale, Skyfall, and No Time to Die. And I will agree that those are the best ones. Even though I really like Spectre. Oh, excuse me. I will say this: Oscar Isaac didn't do a bad job as Apocalypse. He did the best with what he had. I just didn't like how Apocalypse was written and represented. Yeah. I can agree with that to a certain extent, but I still thought he did a good job as Apocalypse. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to just hate on Oscar Isaac just for that, like, just because of what he was given through. Yeah. Makes sense. But... oh, God, did a jump. Indiana Jones Isle of Destiny is my second favorite film of the year. It's really good. I'll give you that. It's really good. Not amazing, though. It is not amazing. It's a flawed movie. But I respect it, though, Dave. I respect it. But it's not a perfect film. I wish I loved it, though. But I still really, really enjoyed it. So rewatching all the indie films made me realize it's in contention for my all-time favorite movie franchise. But also, I'm not sure any one of them has a particularly great villain, but all good. It's the second part of this. Not sure my favorite indie villain is, but Mads is in the new movie. Mads in the new movie is up there because his plan is just so ambitious. I love it. I did really like Mads Mikkelsen in the movie, though. I'll give you that. He is really good in Dial of Destiny. My favorite villain definitely has to be the one in Temple of Doom. What did you think of Ray, by the way, Drew? Excuse me. Says Craig says I'm 39 and I finally sat down to watch The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen for the first time. Oh, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, huh? Okie dokie. I mean, hey, Craig, no worries, man. There's worse. There's worse out there. Not just in comic book movies.
Worse.
Yeah, I've seen way worse than League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Like, I have seen a lot worse. But, I mean, there's not just worse comic book movies out there. I think it is a comic book movie, I think. Don't correct me on that.
It is.
Okay, it is. Never mind. Okay, if it is, don't. If it's not, do not correct me. But, again, there's not just worse comic book movies out there. There's worse movies out there, period, than League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Oh, there we go. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Number one of the. There you go. That's my boy. Number one of the years for him is Super Mario Brothers movie. It's my number 2, only behind Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That is my favorite film of the year so far.
I want to know for everybody in the chat, what's your top 3 movies of the year?
Of the year. I'll go over my top 3 quick. From 3 to 1. John Wick Chapter 4, Super Mario Brothers, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, here's the question, though. Could Oppenheimer or Mission Impossible make the list? We'll see.
For me, right now, is John Wick Chapter 4, Sisu, then Across the Spider-Verse.
That's a lot of people's number 1 of the year so far is Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, no question. I mean, it's freaking awesome, dude. It's such a great movie. Mola Ram in Temple of Doom is certainly the scariest indie villain, but still not the guy indie in any sort of person. Okay, fair enough. But Mola Ram is, again, that's kind of the reason why I think he's the best villain, because he's the creepiest and like the most dark villain in my opinion. So that's fair. Virtual fist bump, Craig. Virtual fist bump. Temple of Doom is my favorite as well. Ray is one of the best music biopics I've seen. It's not as good as Rocketman, Walk the Line, or Bohemian. I agree. Wait, do I agree? Yeah, I do. I agree. Even though I love Ray. Oh, Okay. Okay, sounds good. But I might like it more than Elvis and Get On Up, even though I really like those movies. I do think Ray is a little bit better than Elvis, even though I loved Elvis. Like, I loved it. I think the most interesting character that happens to be the villain in the end of the franchise is Elsa Schneider in Last Crusade. But she's not the main villain per se and a love interest. Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Oop. Favorite horror film of the year was trying to get Taylor Swift tickets for my dog. That's good. Oof, my top 3. Let's see. Number 1 is Guardians. That's awesome. Glad to see Guardians getting some love. Flash. Nah. Can't really agree with that. I'm not a big fan of that movie. Even though I do like it, it's not great, honestly. I don't really love it like that. And 3 is Across the Spider-Verse. Indy is 4th because I had some issues, but it made more emotional than Wow. There was only just a little bit of emotion, like towards like the last like 10 minutes or so of Indy 5. But I don't know. I will definitely tell you that I would rather watch Across the Spider-Verse over Indy 5. Let's see, for Dell so far, Across the Spider-Verse, nice, Creed 3, and then John Wick 4 or Missing. All great picks. Let's see. For Dave, Mario Brothers, Indy 5, John Wick 4, Scream 6, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Awesome. Great picks. I have Scream 6 in my top 5. That's for sure. I have that in my top 5. Indy, nowhere near the top 5 or the top 10 for me. Not even close. But that doesn't mean I hate it. I really liked it. Just not as good as the other 4 films that you listed. Mario Brothers, John Wick, Scream, and Across the Spider-Verse. I don't think it's anywhere near as good. Mario, yes, Mario was awesome. Fast X surprised me, and 65, yeah. I actually really liked Fast X a lot for what it was, and 65 was fine. Like 65 was not bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was a good movie. Like, didn't love it, didn't hate it, but it was good. But if I were to speak on 4 through 10 on my list, in regards to my favorites, 4 is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which if you guys have not seen, what are you doing right now? It's on digital. Watch it. 5 is Scream 6. 6 is Evil Dead Rise. Mommy's with the Maggots now. So creepy. 7 is Cocaine Bear. Number 8 is Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Number 9 is Air, the Ben Affleck movie Air. And then number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yep, that's my top 10. So there you go. Anyways, just saw the Sound of... Ooh, yeah, I've heard a lot about Sound of Freedom. I have heard a lot about that. My theater did get the film, but unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to go see it, because this Thursday is when I'm planning to go see Joyride, which I'm hearing nothing but great things about. I'm hearing it's one of the best comedies in years. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not setting myself up for high expectations for that movie, because I don't want to walk out saying, oh my God, that movie was so overrated. I want to walk in with an open mind and have a good time and just laugh. So that's what I'm hoping for when I go see Joyride. Because seeing some of the commercials on YouTube, it actually does look funny. Just from the trailer, it didn't really seem all that funny to me. But commercials, yeah, it looks funny. So I will see that this Thursday if my theater gets it on Thursday. Nice, Craig. You actually went to school with Lily Sullivan? Nice. That is nice, dude. I mean, she was awesome in Evil Dead Rise as our lead. But just don't overlook Alyssa Sutherland as the main demon of the film. So freaking creepy. Eeny, meeny, miny. You. Yes, it gives me chills. Joyride looks so funny, and Insidious: The Red Door looks nuts. I am gonna be skipping. I think I'm gonna skip Insidious. Yeah, I'm gonna skip Insidious because I'm still unsure if I'm gonna do it or not. But um, I'm planning for either Saturday or so or something like that, depending on what's going on, to go see Asteroid City because it is playing in a theater about an hour away from my house, and that's like the closest theater that is playing the movie. So, like, yeah, that is the nearest theater that is playing Asteroid City for me. Man, I want to see it. Like, I really do. I really want to go see Asteroid City. Second most anticipated. Well, honestly, my number one and my number two are tied for most anticipated.
I don't know what's.
My number one and my number two are tied because my number. So I would just say what they both are, because definitely is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, which I'm seeing next week, and my number two. Well, this is tied for number one because bro, I cannot wait. Oppenheimer. Like, I am really excited for Oppenheimer. One of my most anticipated movies of this year. Christopher Nolan's new film. So, I can't take the same dude as in the Conjuring and Insidious movies. Make it feel all. That's totally fair. That is fair. Hey, Laren, what is up, man? Thank you for
What's
being
up,
here.
man?
It's good to see you, man. So, but yeah, to kind of answer your question realistically, Dave, my most anticipated movie of the month besides Dead Reckoning is Oppenheimer. He's only on 26. So don't feel ashamed there, dude. For me, I'm at 85 movies so far this year. So yeah, I've watched a lot of streaming movies. That tells you a lot.
Last year I was doing so well. I don't know what happened this year.
So what? You just went like from up here all the way to like all the way down here. I've been trying to get you to watch some of them. Like,
The problem is my mood.
yeah, I know, but still.
But I have
Mood
been
is
trying though.
Yeah. But then again, it's not nothing big. But yeah, you're welcome, Laren. You are absolutely welcome. You are welcome. Enjoy it while you can. I'm flat out watching two movies of the two. Enjoy it while you can. I'm flat out watching 2 movies a week with 3 kids. Dang, Craig. Dang. Again, I watch movies pretty much every day, so it's Nothing new when it comes to me there, dude. It's nothing new. Dave says he's all in for Barbie. Can't lie, dude. It looks
I'm
fun.
still surprised that Barbie got a PG-13 rating. I thought
Why do
it'd
you think
be
it was going to be?
PG.
It adds a little bit more like maturity to it instead of just it being a toilet humor PG movie. Because it feels like some jokes in the film that I've seen from the trailers are pretty adult jokes when you really look at it. Like, but again, I'm excited to see where it goes. So yeah, I mean, but again, we'll see. I still don't know which one I'm gonna do first. For that infamous double feature that a lot of people are doing, but like with Oppenheimer and Barbie. I still don't know which one I'm going to do first. I know I've said over the past that I was going to do Barbie first, but even though I really, really, really want to see Oppenheimer, just that movie's 3 hours long, so it's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. We'll see. But I cannot wait for either of those. I cannot wait for those two movies. Let's see. I watched over 100 movies this year, but only those 26 or 2023 releases. Gotcha. Okay, but hold on. I'll be right back. Looking at something here really quick.
How is everybody's 4th of July day?
It was something, dude.
I need to grab some fireworks. Use them as a weapon.
Use them as your weapon. Use them as your weapon. That is what you do. You use them as your weapon. Sorry about that. I was just looking at a couple things. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, you guys lost me. But it's nice to see raunchy comedy movies coming back this year. My next ones are Joyride, Strays, and Bottoms. Interesting. I do not know if I will be seeing Strays because it comes out the same weekend as Blue Beetle. So I want to see Blue Beetle way more than Strays. Like, I'll tell you that. I want to see Blue Beetle.
Who in here excited for Equalizer 3?
I'm actually really excited for that movie too. It was nice. It was nice. Watch Sound of Freedom and have burgers with my dad. Nice. Totally fair. Air Jordans, Tetris, BlackBerry, Barbie, Cheetos. What's the next product that should get a movie? Oh, dear God. I don't even know what to tell you there, Dell. But yeah, because Air Jordans with Air, then the movie Tetris, and then BlackBerry. Then we got Barbie, and then we got the Cheetos, which is the movie Flamin' Hot, directed by Eva Longoria. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't even know exactly like what product I would want to see next in a movie, or that should get a movie, I should say.
PS game. PlayStation.
Yeah, let's see. Live action. I think we've had one of those already. Like, you seen Thomas and the Magic Railroad from 2000? Or from 1999? Because I know that's live action. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be a next movie about the PlayStation.
That'd be an interesting one. I would want to see, but I would also want to see about the creation of the Nintendo 64 because I'm a big Nintendo guy. There you go. There you go. I'd like to see that. I almost forgot there's a Gran Turismo. Neil Blomkamp directing that movie. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, Craig. But 1 second. Let me look outside really quick. Oh God. It is thundering. If you guys hear that, I am sorry. There's nothing I can do about it because it's thundering outside on the 4th of July. Ooh, shocker.
So no fireworks?
Haven't done that for the past couple of years. Oh, no, actually, I should specify that. I didn't do that. I don't think I did that last year. Yeah, I didn't do that last year. I didn't. And this year, we're definitely not doing it because it's going to be thundering out there. And yeah, nothing else to say about that. Oh, God, Over the Hedge. Rock at the Suburbs. I've not seen that movie in a very, very long time, but it's something.
Will there be a 4K of that?
I want to see a 4K for that too. Let's see. Over here is 98 degrees, and Oregon's weather is messed up. Don't blame you. A lot of TV and movie tattoos, mostly horror, but yes, it's. Oh, okay, gotcha. I gotcha. I do not have a tattoo yet, but I actually would like to get a couple. Definitely, I would want a Breaking Bad tattoo for sure. Yeah, a Breaking Bad tattoo. A Mario tattoo for sure. I don't know exactly what other tattoos I would want though, but I would definitely get those two, Breaking Bad and Mario, for tattoos. Maybe an Evil Dead tattoo. Maybe an Evil Dead one. Because I love Evil Dead.
And just say groovy.
No, I just want to see. I want to see like a skull or something on there. That'd be some, or maybe like. Maybe something like this, like the poster for The Evil Dead. Yeah, you can tell I love Evil Dead. All right. And now I'm just waiting. While I'm waiting for more questions, I'm just gonna play some. I'm just playing some Mario Kart. Yeah, I know. See, multitasking. Doing a live stream and playing Mario Kart. And to clarify, yes, it is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. Let's go. Whoa. Do not go up there. So again, guys, while I'm playing, just go ahead and leave some questions and see what you got. Or let us know what tattoos you guys would get. Ah. All right, see. All right, I'm seeing comments pop up, but just wait a second. I'm gonna pause the game. So, all right, let's see. If I were to ever get a tattoo, Ghostface or Mario related, yep, that makes sense. Maybe a Ghostface tattoo for sure, and maybe a Pinhead one, because big fan of Hellraiser. Yeah, there's a lot of tattoos I would want out there, for sure.
I'm getting no tattoos.
Let's see. So far, I have Leatherface, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Lords of Salem, A Clockwork Orange, Batman, Jaws, Rad. Nah. Forgot. I don't know exactly what that means.
Is that a bike movie?
I do not know.
I recognize the name. It's sort of a motorbike sport something.
Again, I don't really know what that is. Darth Vader, Metallica, and Thomas. Okay. I want to, but I don't have the technology to hook up to my TV. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know for sure, but yeah, thank you, Craig. I just didn't even know what that meant because I never heard of that film. Shocking, I know. I've seen a lot of movies, and out of all movies that I never heard of, I never heard of that one. That's great, dude. I just lost my coins.
Hey, Tony.
What is up, Mr. Basement Blues? What's up? Oh, sorry, I got. Ah! Get out of there. Ah! So. And I lost coins again. Not going to blame anybody else but me. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, that's cool. Craig, that's cool. Rad is a BMX version of the Karate Kid. That's interesting. Ah. Screwing up all over the place. What I'm doing, screwing up all over the place.
Did anybody pick up anything today?
Blues Day Tuesday, I'm assuming, but I definitely did not. I didn't even go outside.
Some people mostly pick up the Jaws 2.
Yeah, my own job.
Mission Impossible 3 and 4.
Yep. And next week will be 5 and 6. And it's literally right when Dead Reckoning comes out. So, thank you, Tony. What is your favorite Harry Potter movie? It is Prisoner of Azkaban. Just got my Super Mario Brothers Oreos today. Nice. Have either of you seen the Brian De Palma movie Blowout? Yep, I have.
heard about it.
Fritsky showed it to me. So, yeah, I got to thank him for that. But yes, I have seen Blowout, Laren. Great movie. Very ahead of its time. Very ahead of its time. If you look at some of the editing style that they use for Blowout, yeah, very, very ahead of its time. It doesn't even feel like a movie that was even made in the 80s. I screwed up with the beginning of this. Craig's Chamber of Secrets is my second favorite of the franchise behind Prisoner of Azkaban. I want to get it on Criterion. I really, really want it on Criterion. Like, I really want to get Blowout. But again, maybe if I go out of town this weekend again, then I might pick it up. Yeah, maybe if I go out of town this weekend and I go to Barnes and Noble and I find it, I'll pick it up. For sure, I will pick it up because I want that. Couple of the Criterions, I definitely want to pick up Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious. I definitely want to pick that up because it does have a Criterion. Yeah, it does. It does have a Criterion. So I want those two. What else do I want to get on Criterion? Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'll look at it. Like, I'll figure something out, like some Criterions that I want. Oh God, we do not need a sequel to Days of Thunder. If they wanted to do a sequel, they should have done that already.
We're getting a little bit too much sequels.
Yeah, I know. Come on. Hold on. Again, sorry if I'm quiet right now, guys. I'm just playing the game. Yeah, let's pause really quick. The comments. So far, I've only seen the first 4 Harry Potter movies. Not my thing. That's fair. That's fair. Favorite Westerns. The two that really come to mind for me are The Proposition and The Quick and the Dead are my favorite Westerns. What were you saying, Jared? Oh. But True Grit, the remake from the Coen brothers, also comes to mind. That's a awesome, awesome Western. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I really like the first one, and I don't really care for the second one. The third one was also good. I like the third one. We're watching Lord of the Rings again. I think nice. That I never hear that. Like, for someone saying that their favorite is Two Towers. I never hear that. But it's good to hear that. It's good to hear someone's favorite Lord of the Rings movie is The Two Towers.
I've been mostly hearing it. There's some people actually, their favorite is Two Towers.
I never hear that. Like, whenever someone says their favorite Lord of the Rings movie. Once Upon a Time in the West is Dell's favorite Western. I think I may have seen Once Upon a Time in the West. I don't remember it very well, though. But again, I'll see. Lazar! What's up, Fritzky? Sent you the link.
So you're in the chat, but not up here.
Yeah, man. Sent you the link for it, man. If you want to join, come right ahead. Got no problem with it.
What is your
Anyways.
hot takes?
Yep. All right, let's keep going. I'm just gonna need to gain more coins. God damn it! Missed a couple of them.
Do you want a Tommy gun?
A Tommy gun. Not that. Yes, Craig. Yes, Hateful Eight is awesome. That is a great pick.
But nobody really talks about that.
Which I think is kind of a crime that nobody talks about the Hateful Eight.
Most people talk about Inglourious Basterds and Django Unchained and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's all I hear.
I mainly hear Pulp Fiction when it comes to Tarantino.
And Pulp Fiction, yeah. But Hateful Eight, I don't really hear about people talk about that.
Even though I love the Hateful Eight, I don't find it as rewatchable, to be honest with you, as Inglourious Basterds, which is my favorite Tarantino movie. Hold up. Whoa. Yeah, I'm screwing up here.
Yo, what's happening?
Yes, sir.
After calling you out, you decide to come up here.
Well, yeah.
What's going on, my brother?
What were you talking about, Tarantino?
So we were kind of talking about the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
That nobody really talks about the Hateful Eight. I mean, I do agree to a certain extent, but that's not my favorite of his. My favorite's Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Isn't that, dude? Here's my. But this is. I'm sure this is it though. Is that Goose's favorite Tarantino movie?
She's actually never seen that one.
No, what? Inglourious Basterds?
Well, oh wait, I thought for some reason we were still talking about Hateful Eight. No, yes, you're correct. Inglourious is her favorite.
Good. I mean, with yours though, I mean it's Pulp Fiction. I already know that. Like,
well, it's also my favorite movie. Period. So yeah.
I'm thinking about this, but we could potentially do a watch along of Inglourious Basterds. Like,
I think any of them would make for a good watch along. The only one I wouldn't want to do is Jackie Brown.
I wasn't really thinking about doing that one.
I would do the Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I think literally, honestly, any of them except for Jackie Brown would be a fun watch along. Like literally any of the other ones, I'd be down.
Let me take a look. I got some more comments.
Okay.
By
the way, I do have to go pick up Goose she's at a little 4th of July party. So I'm I don't know when I'm gonna be hopping off, but at some point I gotta go pick her up.
Yeah. This is a hot take right here. Death Proof is Craig's favorite Tarantino movie. That is my least favorite.
I have only met one other person who Death Proof is their favorite. I've only met one other person. And I'm gonna, you know what? If we separate the two Kill Bills for a second, like as two separate titles, I would take Death Proof over Volume 2. I would. Not over Volume 1. Not over Volume 1. Like that I would not do. And I don't think I would say Death Proof over the entire thing, but I would absolutely take Death Proof over Volume 2.
You got those. Where's mine?
I only had these.
I got the 4K of Inglourious Bastards. Even though the 4K does not look very good, it's still nice to have it on 4K because it is my favorite. Again, my favorite Tarantino movie. Like,
Yeah.
but
Just
again, though, it
not
does
really
not look
too
very
much of
good.
a reason to not really too much of a reason to spend the extra money for a restoration that like doesn't look too wildly different than the Blu-ray.
I hadn't seen the transfer though before when I bought that. Like,
Okay.
so
I got my Glorious for $5.
let's see, who's an actor you'd like to see appear in more movies?
Appear in more movies. Someone who I want to see more of her. I really like Sophie Thatcher's like taste for film, so I would like to see her in more stuff. And I mean, she's only somewhat started like her big career with Yellow Jackets, but like, I would want to see her
But
in more stuff.
that's just TV though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but her taste in film is like so freaking good.
Bob Odenkirk is definitely my personal answer. I want to see Bob Odenkirk in more movies. Now that he wrapped up with Better Call Saul. So, did a jump. Did a jump.
Recent pick. I'm buying at Walmart.
Oh, damn, Dell. That is that's in my top 5 of Tarantino's. Is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I mean, it's and this is someone who it's my third favorite. I'll say this. It's kind of somewhat understandable though because it is very different than the other ones. So I can't 100% like say like it's not understandable because it's very stylistically different from like literally any of the others.
Is Inglourious Basterds is a July watch for Laren every year. Nice.
It's a good one to watch at least once a year for sure. I don't think I could be wrong, but I haven't seen that film in at least a year. I may have not even seen it since I may not have seen it since 2021.
I thought you went to the theater to go see that.
Well, no, I'm prior hand to that.
Oh, prior, okay.
Yeah.
But I know you did go see it in theaters, though. I know that.
Yeah, I did. I most recently saw it in the theaters, but before that, I think it was like I don't think I had seen the movie since 2021.
Yeah. What's up, Jared?
Here's the 4th of July movie that nobody really talks about.
What?
Golden Diggers.
Gold Diggers.
Don't
They showed that in your movie tag. Like,
Diggers.
Diggers.
I'll
yeah.
tell you a 4th of July film, Return of the Living Dead. Brains.
This takes place around 4th and during
Nice.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what? Okay. I don't remember if it's 4th of July or if it was another holiday, but Luke, Blowout takes place during a patriotic holiday. I forgot which one it is, but you remember the fireworks scene? I don't remember if it's 4th of July or if it's one of the other, like,
It could have been, but I would have used that for a fireworks scene, but I don't own it.
I can't remember what holiday it takes place on, but it is a fireworky holiday. So I don't remember if it was like fucking Memorial Day or what it was, but
like I checked, like I did some research on this, and it did say that Top Gun Maverick does take place around that time. So, like I did research, so that's why I use that for a movie that takes place around that time. So
I feel like Top Gun just in general is patriotic, so that would like that if either of them could be a good watch, to be honest, around 4th of July.
I mean, I love Jackie Brown as well, but I don't think it's definitely not Tarantino's best. Like
that's for me, sadly. I mean, I can appreciate it, especially since I know more of the era that Tarantino was kind of trying to, I don't know, what's the word, pay an ode to, I guess, but it's the only one I don't like.
Okay,
I've
that's
never
fair.
seen Jackie Brown.
Dell says Jackie Brown is excellent. Death Proof is my least favorite. It is my least favorite as well, but I mean, it's not
I
saying
definitely get like why people don't like it though, because it's definitely objectively probably the least polished of the, like, when it comes to the writing, and compared to the others. But I still really freaking love the movie. I'm not gonna lie, but that's been a very recent reappraisal. I used to, if you remember, I used to not like it.
much. Fair. Let's see. Want to see the actor that played Lip in Shameless do more films? Okay. Well, I don't know his name though, but I'll have to look into that. Even though there are more Tarantino movies in my top 30, I might take Scorsese over him. I'm going Tarantino all the way, dude. Like, I am going Tarantino all the way. Like, I love Tarantino.
I will also take Tarantino over Scorsese as a director, but I have more Scorsese films like on my favorites list that are higher than Tarantino. Because let me think, I have only one Tarantino film in my top 20, and in my top 20 alone, I have, let me see, I have 3 Scorsese films.
Gotcha. Yep. Tomorrow night, guys.
Oh
Goodfellas
yeah,
walk along.
who the hell is ready? I sure am.
Oh, hell yeah. You like? Oh, he's asking if you like the show Shameless.
I've never seen it.
Neither have I. So, is this indie movie is the last? It is going to be the last one. Like, it is. It's not even a question at this point that it's going to be the last Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, Indiana Jones. Okay.
I mean, look at Harrison Ford, dude. He's freaking 80 years old. There's no way they're going to do another one. Because I already know that Dial of Destiny is going to be the last Indiana Jones movie.
I mean, I'm glad you liked
unless-
it, and I strongly doubt I would hate it or anything, but it's
Lucasfilm
like,
decided to do a reboot. You know, Hollywood, they love reboots and remakes.
it's possible, but like, as far as Harrison
They
Ford,
won't do it, man. They're not going to
the
do it.
days are done.
You never know.
Don't tell me that I never know, because I know they're not going to do it. They can't reboot Indiana Jones. Like, they cannot reboot Indiana Jones. They can't do that.
I
There's
think
only one person, because there's only one person that can play as Indiana Jones, and that's Harrison Ford.
I think it's strongly unlikely that they'll reboot it with another actor. Like, possible, absolutely, because like, I mean, they did it with Solo, but it's like, at the same time, like, strongly unlikely though, for sure. No doubt about that.
Because, again, there's no one that can play Indiana Jones like Harrison Ford. Like,
Yeah.
no question.
But anyway, back to what I was saying.
A funny
Real
how?
quick.
Like a clown? Am I clown to you? Am I clown to you?
That
Hello, dear Chuchi.
But to kind of going back to what I was saying for a second, though, I was just gonna say that, like, so I'm sure I can almost guarantee I wouldn't hate the new film, and but the thing is, for me, like, I want to revisit the original film just because it's been so long, and then I want to watch 2 and 3, but uh I have no interest in 4, like, at all.
You honestly don't
And
even have to watch 4 because there's one character that's in 4 that's not even relevant in the 5th one. Like,
and then with the 5th one, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, I strongly doubt I'm not avoiding it because I don't think I'm gonna like it, but it's just like, I just don't have the interest, I guess, like I do with 1 through 3. Like, I think I owe it to myself to watch the trilogy.
especially with Temple of Doom. Like,
Right.
because I'm still taking this to my dying grave that Temple of Doom is the best Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people will agree with you.
Not everybody does, though. Like,
No, I think the most
not everybody
popular
does, because I mean, a lot of people would either go towards Last Crusade or Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like,
with most definitely saying Raiders for sure.
but mine is definitely Temple of Doom. Like, that movie, it went darker, and sometimes the darker the movie gets, the better. Like, let's be real.
Right. For show.
Favorite director for Hansenator is the Coen Brothers. What's your Coen Brothers movie, by the way?
What? I was just about to ask that.
Also, like the Safdie brothers and Ari Aster. I still have not seen
good
Beau is
picks.
Afraid yet. I know. I love Ari Aster and I love A24, but I have not seen Beau is Afraid.
Oh man, what a freaking movie, to say the least.
What is your favorite film ever? Trainspotting.
Pulp Fiction.
Princess Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke. There you go.
And all three of those, in my opinion, are
Zach, really? What's with your love for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, dude? It's not good. Not a good movie, dude. I'll take Dial of Destiny over Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
We all know that Zach is laughing his ass off at his own joke right now.
I don't get why people really like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That movie's not good. It's not awful, but it is not good. I mean, Shia LaBeouf, yes, out of all people, ruins the movie. Like, he ruins that entire movie. Let's see. I'll make a review on the Dial of Destiny. I think it was great, and people have to see it in theaters. Good man, Cineview.
But at the box office.
I know, but speaking of, it's very likely Indy will be rebooted, and all it takes is for a studio to think they can squeeze some more money out of it. It's very unlikely, to be honest with you, Del. Very unlikely. Because again,
I'm just gonna go with saying that it's possible. I'm not gonna I think to say that it's likely is I think that might be a little too much of a stretch. I'm just gonna stick by it's possible.
Sup, Draven? Temple of Doom is awesome. It's really hard for me to rank the first three films. Craig, dude, that's awesome. Favorite movie is Zodiac.
Yo, your favorite movie ever is Zodiac? That's a sick choice.
What is with all this love for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Most people are saying it's better than the new one.
I would disagree.
I would disagree too. I think the fifth film is definitely the second to last when it comes to how highly rated it is, but it's definitely I would not say that the fourth one that they're saying that it's better than the fifth, for the most part at least.
I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Dial of Destiny is better.
But just remember, Luke, to each their own.
And honestly, I'll tell you this. Even though it didn't end even though it didn't really end the best way, it felt like a better ending than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull did. Sorry. No. My God.
No.
I'm sorry, guys. I just don't get all that love for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't get it. Dial of Destiny's better.
To kind of switch gears, I was gonna say that you know what? But on the subject of talking about favorite directors and whatnot, why don't we all give our top 5 and our favorite film from each director, and maybe an honorable mention if you want to.
All right. What'd you say? Top 3?
We can do 3. I said 5, but we can do 3.
Actually, 5. Yeah, that'll work better. Actually, I'll do 5.
Okay. Do you guys want to go around the table one at a time?
Yeah. Well, definitely my favorite that comes to mind is easily Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright, great director.
Or are we going 1 down to 5?
I'll go 1 down 5 if you want to do that.
Oh yeah, that's totally cool. Okay.
Then I would. So yeah, Edgar Wright. Then I would probably say, I would probably say Tarantino. So that's two.
Nice.
3. 3 would be Steven Spielberg. 4,
Oh, it's
Scott Derrickson.
Love.
Yep. 4 would be Scott Derrickson. 5, Sam Raimi.
Nice.
You can tell him,
Nice.
dude. Can you tell I'm a massive Evil Dead fan? Like,
oh yeah,
love Evil Dead.
So I guess if we're going 1, 2,
I'll hit these
5.
while you're doing that. While you're saying your answers, I'm gonna hit the comments.
Okay.
So go right ahead.
So at number 1.
No, Zach.
Oh boy.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge was way better than Shia LaBeouf. Let 10 or 15 years pass, and they'll start looking at the new indie. There are no sacred cows in Hollywood. Clearly not if they were going to make a Winnie the Pooh slasher. Good God. Dude, if Grant was here, yeah, he'd be telling that story. Like when he saw a plane. Like he'd be telling me that story like all the way, dude. I mean, I've heard that story multiple times, but I know he would tell me.
Yeah.
GM Light. What's up, GM Light?
Happy Independence Day.
Jacob, you are the best, bro.
Happy
you
4th
are the
of July,
best.
Jacob.
Got to get you back on the channels again, dude, for another watch along at some point, dude. Got to get you back.
Yeah, for real.
Maybe when we do Scream 6, we can get you back. Because, I mean, hey, we got you on for 5. Let's get you on for 6. Whoop. I mean, I hope you're wrong, Del, but you're probably correct about Indy. I don't know. Honestly, just leave it alone. Like, that's one thing. That's honestly one thing I can say about Indiana Jones after it ended with Dial of Destiny. Just leave it alone.
Universal's already talking about rebooting Back to the Future.
Leave it alone yet again. We do not need a reboot. The trilogy was just perfect on its own. Anyways,
with Hollywood,
let's see for Craig. It says for Fincher, it's Zodiac, obviously, because it's his favorite movie of all time. Dude, his favorite Spielberg movie is Temple of Doom.
Ooh,
that's my boy. Wes Craven is for The People Under the Stairs, very underrated movie. Favorite John Carpenter, They Live, and Peter Jackson for King Kong. I should have named my favorites from each one, but I guess I'll do that right now, quick before you give yours. Edgar Wright, Scott Pilgrim, no doubt about it.
And then I'll give my top 5.
Tarantino, Inglourious Bastards, as I've said before. Spielberg, Catch Me If You Can. I know, none of you are expecting that.
That's really good.
Hey, Frisky, knock knock.
Who's there?
Go fuck yourself.
Nice.
Dude, from Catch Me If You Can. Like,
yes.
But yeah, so Spielberg, Catch Me If You Can, Scott Derrickson, The Black Phone, no question. And Sam Raimi, Evil Dead 2.
Nice.
Hey, guess what?
Okay.
I will swallow your soul. Swallow this. Love that.
So
and then the zombie just explodes.
5. Yeah, for real. All right. So going 1 down to 5. Number 1 for me, my favorite director of all time, it's got to be Daddy Lynch.
Daddy Lynch. Hey, guess what? The Rising on the Top is interesting. The Rising on the Bottom is interesting.
My favorite.
The Rising in the Middle is boring as shit.
The middle, boring as shit. Now, good luck.
Get the fuck out of my office. From the Fablemans.
Yeah, so my favorite film by him is Fire Walk with Me. At number 2, I would have Tarantino, and that'd obviously be Pulp Fiction. At 3 and 4 are really interchangeable. It's really hard because I genuinely can't decide.
Oh, he froze. Oh.
What did you do?
No. He froze. I know it's not on me.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. He froze. Excuse me. Hollywood can't leave. I know, Laren. Oh, there you are. Jeez, dude, you froze. I think he froze again.
Well, there's already talks about rebooting Terminator again.
They need to leave that alone, too.
I think Am is agreeing to do a reboot.
I'm tired of that. I have not watched Twin Peaks. But this guy down here, when he actually goes back up, when he comes back in, since he's still frozen, yeah, he is a massive fan of Twin Peaks. Thank you for coming in, Craig. Have fun mowing the lawn. But seriously though, man, thank you. Thank you for being here. Random 155 Archives says, love Twin Peaks. Nice. Well, and Grant's here.
Yay!
Hello.
I just got back from Utah, and boy, are my legs tired.
I saw those photos.
How tired? How tired are they? Scale of 1 to 10.
It's over 9,000.
Over 9,000, yeah. Pretty much. Oh, tired and also jet lagged to the point where I hate everyone, and I want to go back on vacation. I was so excited, like, I'm going to get to see my dog again, and then she jumped on me. I'm like, oh my god, I want to go back. Stop.
I mean, yeah, but
I did see 3 movies, though, that could qualify for my midterm list, though, so that was something.
I mean, yeah, I know Indiana Jones is definitely going to qualify for your midterm list.
No, weirdly enough, it's a runner-up.
Oh,
because I didn't give it a plus. I gave it 5 stars because I did have minor problems, just minor ones. But I really did like Indiana Jones, and I liked it even more because I got to see it with my dad, and we've always
that's a better way to do it, honestly. Even though I saw it by myself the first time, I want to take my dad to go see it, but it's just I haven't found like the right time for it or anything like that, but I'll figure it out.
And if it wasn't for the chuckle fucks who were sitting behind me, it would have been an even better experience.
That probably would have led to the plus area. Like
maybe. Honestly.
I'm not saying it's going to, but it could have. Like it could have been like just right about here. Right about there. But
I really liked it.
I didn't give it 5 stars. I definitely had issues with it, but
I wanted to
still though really good. Like it was really good. Like
so the main purpose I had for being on this Q&A tonight is for one purpose. I was right. Ha ha. I pegged this 6 months ago. Remember when we were on stream 6 months ago, and as a dark joke, I said that they killed Mutt Williams in Vietnam? Spoiler alert, I guess.
Yep.
It doesn't happen very often, but your boy was right. I didn't know that too. I was just kidding. I didn't think they were actually going to do that. I'm like, wow, Disney, you really don't like Shia LaBeouf.
Well, he kind of ruined Kingdom of the Crystal Skull for me, so I honestly did not even care.
Honestly, me neither.
Because, I mean, Shia LaBeouf is a good actor, like, he is,
can be.
But just not in an Indiana Jones movie.
Not in blockbusters. Like, I've noticed that he's really good, like Peanut Butter Falcon.
Lawless?
Which one?
Lawless.
Is he in Lawless?
Yeah, he's in that with Tom Hardy.
Really? I didn't know he was in that.
Here, let me grab it. It's right about here.
That was a good movie.
See? Right here.
That's Shia LaBeouf?
Yep,
Oh
that
my
is
God,
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Mm.
Yeah, definitely one of his. I don't know if I would say it's his best performance, but it's definitely up there for his best performances.
Oh, I know what his best performance is.
What's that?
Honey Boy.
Still haven't seen it, but as of now, I would say his best one for me is Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon. Also, I mainly it's 10-year-old Grant saying this, but you know what? I stand by it. Holes.
Oh,
That's a great
Just the
movie.
fact
Get me
that
thinking.
he drives just the fact that he drives John Voight's truck into a hole. Like,
Imagine that being your job. Wouldn't that be the coolest shit ever? That you just drove a truck into like a random hole, and that's like what you did for work.
keep going, caveman. Like, I just love the name they give him. They call him Caveman.
Call him Caveman, and then Zero, who turns out to be the most like 3-dimensional
can I say
character.
something? How does
Now,
the
what does
Falcon?
DIG spell? Bang! Dig. Badass!
How does the Falcon
And Fritzky's
can
back.
eat a peanut butter?
Okay, I've waited for this moment all year. You're wrong about Infinity Pool. Friendship over. Just
We were
kidding.
waiting for that.
Ha ha. And Luke's on my side this time. This is a rare, weird movie.
Now,
that you-
hold on.
After you
hold
say
on.
that, he'd probably go and drop out.
Hold on a second. It went down on my list, but don't get me wrong, it's still really good. It's still really good. It went, but again, it went down on my list a little bit just thinking about it, but still very good. Like,
It went down a little bit on mine. I think it's like 17 out of like.
Hey Grant,
Yep.
it's I think
guess
it's
how many I watched this year?
What?
How many? Guess.
100.
way
Less.
lower. That's way lower.
70.
Lower.
60.
Lower.
20.
Little higher.
30.
Little
Lower.
lower.
25.
Little lower.
Damn. 22.
Little higher.
24.
There you
Yes.
go.
Hey, Jared. Hey, Jared. I got a number for you better than 24. 25.
Wait, I think that's a SpongeBob joke, right?
Yes, that is a SpongeBob joke.
I figured as much though because I saw that
Back when
reel
it
on
was good.
Instagram where that you wanna know it's better than 24? 25.
5.
Like,
But
You
Luke,
can suck my buzz.
my phone like overheated. Did you hear what I said about? Did you hear everything I said about the top 5?
I did not hear you. Sorry about that. I didn't even know what was going on. We were doing top 5 favorite directors and our favorite films from them.
Where did I get cut off?
I think he got cut off after you were talking about Tarantino.
Okay, I'll run through the other 3 real quick. So I was gonna say that. So my 3 and 4 are very interchangeable. I genuinely cannot decide which one's 3, which one's 4. But it would be between Martin Scorsese and Stanley Kubrick. My favorite Scorsese movie is Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
My favorite
This is the
Kubrick
greatest
film.
company in the world. Love that movie.
my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie.
$26,000 for one dinner. I love that.
Eyes
This is a
Wide
cameo with
Shut.
Rob Reiner playing as Jordan Belfort's dad.
Mhm. But
My
yeah,
wife
Eyes
is
Wide
happy.
Shut is my favorite Kubrick film, and then at number 5, I would say Paul Thomas Anderson, and it's definitely a very generic answer, but we have generic answers for reasons. There Will Be Blood is my favorite PTA movie.
You sniveling.
All right. You
How
wanna
dare
know-
you?
You guys want to know my?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
All right,
right.
go ahead.
Hold on.
Just go 1 to 5. Like,
All right. My number 1 is Steven Spielberg.
Nice.
Very quick.
Goat.
My favorite? Look, it's a I know it's an easy answer. I'm going to go with E.T.
Nice.
Phone
It's a comfort
home.
movie. Number 2.
Yeah, you want to know? You want a little fun fact, Grant? I think you know this, but I want to tell you this. Movie The Terminal with Tom Hanks.
Good movie.
There's going to be a scene with him on the pay. There's going to be a scene with him on the payphone saying, "I tried to phone home. I tried phone home." But they
Oh,
cut it because they didn't want it to be too much like ET.
that's funny.
That would have been like the selling point of the entire movie. Like,
All right.
all right, so number 2,
Jason Reitman.
Jason Reitman.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so the son of Ivan Reitman.
Yep.
Good pick.
My
Favorite of his?
movie. Up in the Air. I loved I walked Up in the Air.
That is a great movie.
I've never
I
seen
think that might be my favorite of his, but it's also tying up with Ghostbusters Afterlife for me.
Juno is a close second.
Juno's good too, but then again, though, I wish it I wish it took a little bit more serious with teenage pregnancy, but still, as a sweet little lighthearted comedy, it's really good.
Too. Let me think. My number 3, I'll go with Paul Thomas Anderson because he's the man.
Fuck yeah!
And I try to pick an answer that's different from Friskies. There Will Be Blood is a great movie. I drink your milkshake. I drink it.
Stop your nonsense.
Frisky, son, I am disappointed. The true best Paul Thomas Anderson movie is Punch Drunk Love.
That's my number 2.
That is my number 1
Coincidentally,
because it is about a guy who is tormented by his sisters, has pent up aggression that he takes out on inanimate objects, and I wasn't necessarily extorted by Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I would have liked to have been. Now, that being said, everything else about it, phenomenal. It's one of the most romantic films I've ever seen, and just the best climax ever. So that's that, and he goes, "That's that."
It's
That's
pretty
that.
much.
What the fuck did I say? That's that.
that's that.
Great movie. Okay. Was that 3 so far?
That's 3. So yeah, and our number 4.
Yep.
Number 4, Martin Scorsese. I'm gonna go with a different answer. Here's the thing. I would say, usually I would say Goodfellas, but I'm gonna go with a less obvious pick. One of his more underrated films, Kundun. I really love Kundun.
I've never seen
Oh,
that, but
nice.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Super
it looks
underrated
interesting.
movie. Number 5. Okay,
Fine.
number 5. Let me think about this Okay, I'm gonna go with Mike Flanagan.
Nice.
And I'm gonna cheat.
Interesting.
I'm gonna cheat because it's not technically a movie. It's a 10-hour miniseries, but
I know what it is.
The Haunting of Hill House.
Yep. Yeah, I knew it was Haunting of Hill House.
It's just that is one of the best depictions of mental health in a horror comics I've ever seen. It's just
Yeah, but I was gonna say I would like to throw. I'm actually gonna throw in a couple of honorable mentions for me.
Mhm.
One of them is Martin McDonagh.
Oh yeah,
My favorite of his is actually Seven Psychopaths.
really not in Bruges.
I love In Bruges. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I prefer Seven Psychopaths, because the type of quirkiness that it goes for, and also because of Sam Rockwell,
Mhm.
makes the movie for me. Like,
Oh, I love that movie. Don't
Hey
get me
guys, I gotta go pick up Goose. I'll talk to you guys later.
all right,
All right.
sounds good. See you later, man.
Hey,
So
hey, Luke. Look, it's like, stop it! It's an inanimate fucking object. You're an inanimate fucking object. Best line ever.
so good. So another one I'm gonna throw in.
Can we do a top 10? Because 5 isn't enough.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, so Martin McDonagh would be in the top 10, but I'm not gonna tell you until I actually have the spot for it.
Okay.
Number 6, James freaking Gunn.
Okay.
My favorite is the Suicide Squad. Like,
You stole my answer. You know what? I go with James Gunn too. I'm gonna go with Guardians 3 because it really emotionally affected me.
so that's your favorite in the trilogy?
Well, no, it's my favorite if I can't pick the Suicide Squad. But no, it's my favorite of the trilogy. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was meaning. Was the Guardians trilogy? That's your favorite of that trilogy?
Yeah, because it's the one that emotionally moved me the most. I love all three films, but that was the one that really solidified it for me.
I love all three of them as well, but but I don't think anything will beat the first one for me because of like
They're such
'cause
different.
it was yeah, again, it was something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's number 6. Number 7 for me. I'm going with Matt Reeves.
Okay.
And favorite, it's kind of a tie for my favorite between The Batman and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
My favorite Matt Reeves film is neither of those. I like both of them a lot. Cloverfield.
Dude.
Because it's one of the most memorable experiences I had in a movie theater with my friend group ever. It was such an amazing. It lived up to the hype. You know what I mean?
I honestly, dude, I thought you were about to say freaking War for the Planet of the Apes. Like,
Was that also Matt Reeves?
yeah, both Dawn
You know-
and
you
War
know
were directed
what?
by Matt Reeves.
War for the Planet of the Apes. I changed my answer. That was on my best of list that year. So was Cloverfield, but that was so. That was
Even though I do think that War is close,
yeah.
but I don't think anything for me in regards to between those two will be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes for me.
No, it was very
I
good.
love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, what about J.J. Abrams?
That would throw in as an honorable mention for me, and
Okay.
I think I don't know exactly which one my favorite. Oh yeah, my favorite is Star Trek Into Darkness.
My favorite is going to surprise you. My favorite J.J. Abrams movie, because I've watched it the most, Super 8.
That's a runner-up. That's
a
a runner-up.
comfort movie right there.
Number 7. Oh no, I already said my number 7, didn't I? Wasn't that
I think it was Matt Reeves.
Yeah, it was Matt Reeves. Oh yeah, number 8. Duh! I need to freaking clean my brain here. Number 7 is I'm gonna put Mr. James Wan.
Okay.
My favorite is Insidious, the first one.
You know what? I fuck with that. I agree. That's my favorite too.
Insidious is the best one by far, like out of this entire filmography.
Second. Yeah.
The second one is honestly not as good. I mean, the second one's
like
good,
it.
but nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Number
Are you going to see The Red Door this weekend?
Probably not. Honestly,
Really?
I could really care less about that movie. I'm actually more excited to see Joyride.
I'm seeing that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see. I'm planning to go on Thursday to go see Joyride. We'll see.
It's my asshole. Sorry, I love that line.
Are you You're a drug dealer? Like, I love that.
Bitches.
Number 9 is where I would put Martin McDonagh, and my favorite is, of course, 7 Psychopaths. Number 10 though. There's so many great directors out there. They're like,
True.
It's to a certain degree, like where I can't really choose. It's just gonna come as like, which one would I pick?
Someone's gonna be left off if you only do 10. That's the thing.
I know, but like, just don't come at me like when I don't pick like one that's on your list, because
That's fine.
there's so many other ones that I love too. So,
Yeah.
So for my number 10, don't worry.
Okay.
Just looking around to see if I can actually pick one for you. Whoa. My number 10 though, even though I have not seen a lot of his movies, from what I've seen of him though, I love this man.
Okay.
Spike Lee.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
But for my favorite though, it's a tie.
Okay.
It's actually a tie. Do the Right Thing
Great
and
movie.
25th Hour. It's a tie.
25th Hour is really underrated. That's a great
Very
movie.
dialogue heavy movie, but as long as
All
it can
of them
keep
are.
you on the edge of your seat and also what's the word I'm looking for? Engaged with it,
Mm-hmm.
then you have then honestly you have a perfect movie like right on your hands.
Spike Lee is hard because he makes a lot of movies that are whatever movies, but when he makes a good movie, it's great. Like, I love Do the Right Thing. I love Black Klansman. I think that's brilliant.
The
I
Five
like
Bloods is great too.
Crooklyn, that's a great one. Do the Right Thing.
You know what? Here's an underrated Spike Lee movie.
American Utopia, David Burns.
I got two underrated Spike Lee movies that I want to point out.
Yep.
Inside Man. Great
Yep,
twist,
I
by
agree.
the way. Awesome twist. And
Doesn't get talked about enough.
so yeah, that one I want to point out. And Clockers.
Is
With
that
Delroy
him?
Lindo and John Turturro.
Wow, I didn't even realize that was Spike Lee. Okay.
That is Spike Lee. Really underrated movie right there, Clockers.
You know what else is weirdly underrated because it didn't get nominated for anything, including the Oscar it should have been nominated for?
What's that?
The Five Bloods. I love
I
that.
literally pointed that one out earlier. Like,
You did? Okay.
yeah, I love the Five Bloods.
That is one of the biggest Oscar snubs I think ever.
And
Delroy Lindo.
even though this is my least favorite from Spike Lee, I still would consider this film underrated in my opinion because I do like it, and a lot of people don't. The remake of Old Boy.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
It's not a replacement.
I do not hate it. But honorable mention I would like to throw in though,
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie.
I love Guy Ritchie.
My favorite is no competition. It's Snatch.
That one's really good. If I were to pick a Guy Ritchie, some of his movies. For instance, I think Rock and Rolla is real underrated. I like.
I have not seen that.
But you know what's really?
I want to though. Don't get me wrong. I want to see it.
It's great. You know what I would say because it's both underrated and semi-popular, but it's the one I've watched the most.
What's that?
The Gentleman is awesome. I love that movie.
I think
I quote
that's
that
top three. That is top three. Like,
you don't think
love
it's great?
Gentleman. Like, dude, some of the dialogue in that movie
Brilliant.
is like not just brilliant. It can be very offensive, and it's like it's not afraid to take those risks.
That's Guy Ritchie though. When he's on, like, oh, hey, Luke.
What?
Who the fuck is that? He's like, his name is Fahuk. It's with a PH, but it sounds like Fahuk. Oh, Fahuk, calm the Fahuk down.
So I was gonna like, dude, seriously, like,
Colin Farrell in that
like
movie.
it was mostly with that one where it's like, oh, dude, people are gonna be pissed because of the dialogue. Like,
There's only
there's
one.
gonna be some people that are gonna be like,
There's only
they're
one
gonna be
rule in this.
I am
jungle.
offended.
There's only one rule in this jungle, Luke. When the lion's hungry, he eats. Oh,
When the lion's hungry, he eats.
I love that movie. Anyway,
I love The
So
Gentleman,
picking
dude. The
each
Gentleman's
one.
great. All right, so now you're 6 through 10.
6 through 10. Well, before I forget, Wes Anderson. I feel like he needs to be
Why
mentioned.
why did I forget Wes Anderson? Why did I forget
I know.
that?
If there's always going to be someone. Wes Anderson, you know what I'm going to go with?
What's that?
There's so many pick. First off, I loved Asteroid City. That's definitely up there for me.
I will tell you
I've
this
seen
though.
it twice now.
I don't know when I'm going to see it,
Yep.
but there is a theater an hour away from my house that is
Go.
playing it.
Go to it.
But
It's worth the trip.
depending on what's going on this weekend, I might have a chance to go see it. I might have a chance
Try your hardest to see it in a theater because it's really well
because
done.
because dude, I know, like,
I got more
I
out of
know.
it.
I think who else? I know Jacob and Jennifer would not be screaming at me to go see it. I know Tracy would.
Tracy, yeah, that's where she and
He
I.
loved Asteroid City. Like,
I loved Asteroid City.
because like I told, like, when she said she was going to see it, I told her to let me know what she thinks, and she told me that I would really like it when I get a chance to see it.
Luke. It's real meta and it's real up its own ass, but that's Wes Anderson. I mean, if you don't
That's
like,
dude, and like
right?
some people are calling it like weird in a bad way, and it's like, bro, that's Wes Anderson for you.
All of Wes Anderson's movies are good, though. That's the thing. Even Life of
But also, and also quite a bit of them are weird. Like, and just to say though, in a good way, they're weird.
Yeah. So my pick, well, my heart says, you know what? Can I do a 3-way tie?
Go right ahead, dude.
Mine is a 3-way tie because they're the ones that have the most sentimental value to me. Rushmore, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Moonrise Kingdom are my three.
Dude, thank you.
Thank
you for saying Moonrise Kingdom. That is my favorite Wes Anderson movie, is Moonrise Kingdom.
It's the most emotionally adult movie he's done, and it's ironic because the two kids are the lead characters. But it was kind of a cheer me up kind of movie the first time I watched it, because I wasn't like in a great mood. Then I watched it and I was like, dude, I'm in such a good mood right now. Like, that was so good. You know what's weird about it though? It's a movie that, as the years go on for me, it's been 10 some years since it came out. Every year when I rewatch it, it gets a little sadder to me. The older I get.
That ending, dude, that third act, like when they're about to jump.
Yeah. Well, at the very end,
devastating.
When they have that moment where they're saying goodbye to each other, where she's looking at him from the balcony. I mean, it's just so moving, and it's moving because of what they don't say. The thing that I think people don't understand, and it's the same with Asteroid City, the thing that people don't understand about Wes Anderson is it's not about what the dialogue is in this case, because the dialogue is weird and arch and deadpan. It's about what's not said. It's about how the characters interact with each other. And people often look at the surface and they don't look at what the point is supposed to be.
Right, you know? Yeah. I mean, I understand that for sure, because, well, I mean, even though the only one I don't like out of his filmography is Life Aquatic, but
it's good though. It's not his best. It's his weakest one, but it's still better.
It's easily his worst movie by far. I honestly really do not like that movie.
Yeah.
But even though I do want to give it another try, but it's just I never felt the desire to be honest with you, because the first time I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Asteroid City, I'll say this: I loved it the first time. It took 2 watches to really solidify it on my list as like one of the top 10 best so far, because it was just. You know what else I watched this weekend that you guys have to watch, because I know you all have Netflix? Nimona is fucking awesome.
I am going to watch Nimona soon, though. Not sure when, but I will watch it.
It is one of the best animated films this decade so far. It blew me away. I was like, wow, this movie has depth to it that I did not expect.
Honestly, like, even though, obviously, I still haven't seen it, it's too soon to tell, like, right now. I don't think there's going to be any animated film this year for me that will beat Across the Spider-Verse. Like,
yeah, it's on my list. I will say this: I already have an animated film that's beaten both of those, and that's Suzume. That's my favorite.
Well, I haven't seen that either. So,
is it not on DVD yet? Because I know they take a while sometimes in Crunchyroll to put a physical media.
I don't know when that's coming out, but I
know
on.
Oh, by the way, look at the poster I just hung up.
Where's that? Oh, let me put you on Sololi real quick. Hold on, dude.
I know, my baby.
One of the most adorable films I've ever seen.
One of the best kids movies ever. I mean that sincerely.
But I was gonna say though, like I know your favorite animated film of the year is Suzume. Like, of course, mine is Across the Spider-Verse, but runner-up for me is obviously the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I loved Super Mario. I adored Across the Spider-Verse. I'll say that all those movies, including Mario, are better than freaking Elemental was. That's for sure. But I know, I mean that's.
I really enjoyed Elemental. I really did.
I know that a lot of people did. What I'm saying is, it's become now one of those running gags, like the fall thing. So, I was in Utah. Do you want me to tell you guys a little bit about, before I continue, what happened? Because it was kind of a weird... So I went to a premiere. That was interesting. I got to meet some famous people. That was bizarre. I got to meet Mira Sorvino, which she was really nice. I went with my cousin. She was very sweet. We had a really good time, and then we just saw movies. Me and my aunt went to watch 3 movies that both she and I think are among the top of the top. One of them was Nimona. She watched that with me. She really liked it. Everybody, which is bombing at the box office. It's a really terrific documentary. And then finally I saw, because it's not playing near me, but it was playing where I was near them. Past Lives. It's my number 2 of the year now. That's one of the best of the decade for me, and I turned to her 20 minutes in because everybody now in my family knows that I hated Elemental, and I turned to her and like, it's a better immigrant story than Elemental, and that was 20 minutes into the movie. I mean, it was so good. You have to see Past Lives at some point. I know it's not playing in a lot of cities yet.
Well, it's definitely not playing in mine. It's definitely not playing in my theater because my theater never gets A24 movies.
Not in mine either, but man, when it's available to you, when it's on streaming or on Showtime, please watch it. It's so good.
Because I mean,
yeah,
I want to check it out though because I heard a lot of good things, but it's just
fantastic. It's a slow burn. But it's one of those ones where get to the end of it and you'll be a blubbering mess. Because man, I sure was. I mean, I have a pretty strong.
Yeah, but the A24 film that I'm looking forward to, like, I know my theater's not getting.
Talk to Me.
Yeah, like I'm really excited for Talk to Me.
It's getting a wide release though. It's opening in like a couple thousand theaters, I think, first weekend. So maybe you'll get it.
But not mine though, because my theater never gets A24 movies.
Never? It didn't even get like the Green Knight? I thought you saw the Green Knight in the theaters.
No. I got a link to that.
Oh, okay.
I got a link to watch that, and then
Oh, by the way, Jared, thank you for the link to John Wick 4. I truly appreciate that.
And my theater obviously didn't get Men. They didn't get Bodies, not even The Whale.
We got Bodies. It took us a couple weeks though.
Mine didn't though. I got to watch it when it came out on 4K, which but get it out.
Yeah.
And this 4K was only exclusive to Best Buy. Like
that movie sucks.
What?
It's not bad at all. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's really a polarizing movie, surprisingly. I didn't think it was that polarizing, but Jared, you do realize that we're supposed to hate those people, right? Like, it's supposed to be a satire.
That is true.
Yeah,
I mean,
you get that, right?
It's poking fun at Gen Z people.
Yeah, completely.
And that is also why I love Cabin in the Woods. It's poking fun at the and also here's the thing. That's also why I love a good horror comedy like Cabin in the Woods, because it's poking fun at the cliches of horror.
I love.
And people say, and Grant, this is not a joke. People say that the biggest mistake of that movie is revealing what's going on too early. That's the point of the film. They were supposed to reveal what's going on too early. They're poking fun at the cliches.
That was brilliant because I remember seeing. I have to give it to what was it? Was it Lionsgate who put that out? I have to give it to them because I went to see that when I was in high school, and I remember I went with my friends. They're like, "Oh, this is going to be like Friday the 13th," because all the trailers, America, fuck yeah, coming again to say the motherfucking day, yeah. Anyway,
sorry, I was just trying to click on some of Steven's comments just before you moved on, so because I just saw some of his comments come in.
Yeah, so we went to see that, and the trailers. If you remember when the first trailers came out of Cabin in the Woods, it was just. Oh, it's Chris Hemsworth and a bunch of other attractive people in a cabin in the woods. They didn't give you any indication that it was anything different from the norm. So we were like, we're just going to see a horror movie. And then when the opening scene happens, and it's like Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford and what's her name from Angel, and they're in lab coats. They're like, what the fuck is going on?
Anna Hutchison or Kristen Connolly?
No, the woman who works in the lab at the beginning of the movie. She's in a lot of Joss Whedon stuff. She was like on Angel. She was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a little bit.
That's what I was thinking, though. Was it Kristen Connolly or was it
Anna
Hutchison?
No, because they were the teenagers in the cabin in the woods.
Well, it doesn't even say that on the freaking cover.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
A minor thing.
I guess those two.
The point is they were in lab coats and they were talking about plans and stuff, and then the title appears and you're like, wait a minute, this is... No, that was brilliant because it threw you off in a good way, where the rest of the movie you're waiting
Yes,
for all the little
exactly.
pieces
Like-
to happen. And you know what's great about that movie too?
What's
Rewatch it
that?
and pause it when they have Richard Jenkins standing there with the whiteboard behind him. There's so many cool ass ideas for monsters that are just hidden as Easter eggs on the whiteboard.
Yeah, and
It's awesome.
again, like, I'm tired of the freaking complaint that it reveals what's going on too early. That is the point of this movie. It's supposed to be
makes
making
it
fun
brilliant.
of those cliches.
That makes it brilliant to me. That's what makes it so awesome.
And plus, dude, the thing is, it's a horror comedy,
Yeah.
not a straight up horror movie. This is a comedy.
But here's the thing. I've learned this, Luke. I've learned this from a long time, and I feel the same way. Even though I'm not the hugest fan of this, I've defended the show The Idol more than some people for this very reason. I think that modern audiences, especially younger audiences, don't understand what satire is. They don't understand that sometimes something being funny doesn't mean people are running around falling over making jokes. It's what's being skewered by... It's the attitude the writer has toward a certain topic or people, and it's dark humor.
Yeah,
And
they're
the
making fun of it. Like,
But they're making fun of it in in a subtextual way. Like, The Cabin in the Woods is not funny in a jokey way. The Cabin in the Woods is funny in a... The people making it have seen a lot of horror movies. They know you've seen a lot of horror movies, and they're doing something subversive with the cliches of horror movies. It's the same thing that makes Scream work as a comedy, is the idea that the Scream movies, that they're not out and out jokey comedies. They're satires. They're taking the cliches.
mainly the first one though. Mainly the first one's a satire.
Well, in the last two had a lot of really sharp satirical, bits to it, even in the filmmaking of it. I mean,
well, with 6 though, like, that's kind of a different story because you have a lot more of a menacing ghost face.
you do, but the thing is, even the fact that the ghost face is that ghost face, I feel like the statute of limitations is done, so I guess I can talk about this freely. You know the opening scene of the movie? Watch. I know you've seen Scream 6 at least twice, so I noticed this on the second time. The beginning of the movie, when they do the cold open, where you think it's going to be Tony Reveal or whatever that guy's name is.
Tony Revolori, the Flash Thompson from the new Spider-Man movies.
Right. So he's like, who gives a fuck about movies? And then when you realize it's Dermot Mulroney and his two kids, that is satirical, because when you hear him talking about being Richie's dad and Richie's obsession with the stab movies, and he's telling her, like, I never quite understood the whole appeal of slasher movies. A little too violent for me. As he's chasing her with a bloody knife. It's like, that's really funny.
I've always wanted to stick something in you, Tara.
Right. That's clever. Someone put some thought into how they plotted that for a satirical purpose. It's not a jokey thing, but it's even the structure of the plot is funny when you really stop and think about the bad guys.
Here's my question though about the killer reveals.
No.
Did you find any one of them obvious?
Dermot Mulroney, the one that I found the least obvious was the girl, because they did a pretty convincing job. Yeah, they did.
We're talking about Quinn. Yeah, that was obviously Dermot, Detective Bailey and Quinn were the ones I didn't see coming, but it was Ethan's obviously I saw coming, because it was like,
oh yeah.
It was like, that was way too obvious.
But see, the other thing is Scream 5. I'm just gonna call it that 5 Cream, whatever. The thing that I love about that Scream 2022, what I love about that movie though, is also that one is played satirically because of the fact that one of the ghost faces is Richie. Because I think the way that they put that together was where they constantly, particularly Dewey, is telling her it's always the love interest. And then they keep messing with you because he's so bland, and he's a character who he apparently has never seen the Stab movies, and he's even in the hospital binge watching them and looking at fan theory videos. And so you're like, okay, maybe he isn't. And then once you sort of think maybe he isn't, they fool you because it's so obvious that it actually is a twist. Like, it's so obvious that it's
and also the thing is,
right.
like once one of them is revealed, and after the hospital, like after the scene in the hospital where Dewey gets killed, it's like, oh, but there's always 2. Like,
that's true.
Well, obviously we're not talking about Scream 3, but like if we're talking about like 1, 2, 4, and 5, There's always two.
Well, and the thing too about Scream 5 is they even make other movie references. Like, I love the fact that at the end, what's her name? Mikey Madison's character.
Amber?
Yeah. She dies the exact same way Mikey Madison's character died in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's lit on fire and is screaming erratically. That's
Enjoy that torch.
And he goes, "Oh, shut up, bitch!" Or so shoots the. I love Gale. Gale's my hero.
No stuff. I'm sorry about doing. Fuck you.
No, he says like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Shoots the thing, blows her up.
And then she goes and she lights on fire. And then when she's laying on the ground, Sydney's like, "Enjoy that torch." And I was like, "Perfect."
Gale is Courtney Cox. That was one of the best jokes in Scream 2. Was when he says something like, "It's like I saw those pictures of you." He goes, "That was my face. That was Jennifer Aniston's body." You see, that's what I'm saying. They did it in all those movies. They had those clever in jokes. No, the best scene in Scream 2, when it comes to just dialogue, is the scene where she's talking to the what was it? The producer, her new partner, who's the black guy. At the news station, they talk about how the black guy always dies first, and he's like, "This is an important story." He goes, "Listen, I want to report the news. I don't want to be the news. I've seen this movie before. Black House brothers don't last long in these situations."
Exactly. Like
that's why
I like that it's. Oh God, sorry.
This is on my top list, by the way. You have to watch The Blackening. It's basically that joke for the whole movie, but it keeps being clever. I'm telling you, you'd really think it's funny. The trailer. Don't look at the trailers. The trailers are a bad representation of how clever the movie is. It's really a good movie.
Like I know, but the trailers just did not sell me on it. Like I was just like, I looked at it and I was like, "Are you serious?"
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that you may not know. Trailers are often stupid and bad representations of the movies they're selling. You think they get better at it?
Not always. I mean, look at
sometimes.
Not always though. Look at Sisu.
This case it is though.
Look at Sisu though.
Yes,
the
Sisu.
trailer for Sisu, I was like, dude,
Sisu,
this is exactly what I want. This is perfect.
Have you seen it yet, by the way?
No, I haven't seen it, but I already know exactly what kind of movie it's going to be based off of the trailer.
You gotta check it out, dude. It's even cooler than it looked. I mean,
I'll probably watch it next week because it comes out on Blu-ray next week. So
awesome. It's really short too.
And also the same thing with Beau is Afraid, because Beau is Afraid comes out next week too.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen Beau is Afraid?
I think I might be able to pick that up.
But yeah, The Blackening is really good. The trailer makes it look the trailer makes it look like it's more of a goofy, and not to say there aren't jokes. It's a little less subtextual than something like Scream. Someone mentioned this, and I agree. They said it's at a perfect avenue between Scary Movie and Get Out. I'm like, exactly right in the middle. I'm like, yep, exactly. Because it does have jokey parts, but a lot of it is clever subversions of cliches. Like, I'll put it this way, because it's not necessarily a huge spoiler. It's in the trailer, the actual scene, okay? But the two biggest names in the cast are Yvonne Orji and Jay Farrow. And they appear at the beginning, and you know when you see the actual trailer, like, they're not in the movie very long. It's like a cold open. So
right.
when they're in the movie, there's a part where they find the board game, the racist board game. They find it, and Yvonne Orji turns to Jay Farrow, and probably runs on racism. That was really funny. He turns to Yvonne Orji, and he's like, and they say, like, the black person always dies first, like, name a movie where the black person lives the entire time, and he mentions Scream 2, Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps in Scream 2, and she's like, no, they died right away. He goes, oh yeah, that's right. And then she looks at Jay Farrow and goes, you know what it was? Budget. They probably couldn't afford to keep them for the whole movie. And then they laugh, like, yeah, you're probably right. And then they turn to the camera with like this horrified look on their face, and they turn back like they're Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps. That was really funny. So yeah, but the movies like that, it's very. And when you find out who's the real bad guy in it, it actually is surprising and kind of clever the way that they do it.
I guess, but still, I mean, I'm
No,
not really.
but give it a shot. Like, at least when it's on streaming, give it a watch. I promise you'll like it.
Maybe.
Knowing you and your
Again, I'm
sense
not
of
in a rush to watch it.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. Like,
that's fine.
I'll give it a watch, but it's just I'm not in any rush to do it. Like, cause
Yeah, you don't have to rush to a theater if you don't want to, but like check it out down the line. I really do think you'd like it.
I know it's down. I know you're meaning down the line because I don't have a nearby theater that's playing The Blackening. Like,
Yeah, it's out of most theaters. It didn't do well, sadly. But anywho, let's keep on the list. So what did I say? Wes Anderson. So
Yep.
oh god, and then I'm probably gonna have to go pretty soon, guys. I gotta be honest. I just got back and I'm still kind of tired.
No worries.
Christopher Nolan. I'll say Christopher Nolan.
Okay.
You know what? You know what my favorite is? I'm gonna say because I've rewatched it the most and it's gotten me the most times. I'm gonna go with Dunkirk.
Okay.
Dark Knight is close, but Dunkirk is probably my favorite.
Nothing will beat The Prestige for me.
That's another one that's in the top bracket for me too. Agreed.
Unless if Oppenheimer is like the greatest thing that happens in cinema this year, there's no way.
Yeah.
But but I have a lot of confidence in Oppenheimer. Like, I have a lot of confidence in that movie.
Okay, now number 8, Quentin Tarantino.
Okay, there you go.
And I'm gonna have to go with Pulp Fiction. Simple, easy, but it's rewatchable.
Generic answer, but we all have our generic answers, so.
And I'm sorry, some of the talk of the movie where it's kind of offensive, but the offensive parts are like the best. The scene with Quentin Tarantino where they're trying to clean up Marvin before it's home. It's so racist and so filthy and yet so fucking funny.
Well, I mean, you gotta have an opinion. I mean, do you think that God came down from heaven and stopped?
Well, I'm talking about the best part of that part.
Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face. Why the fuck did you do that?
No,
I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
That's the best line in the whole thing. Is the
oh man, I see some crazy ass shit in my time, but it's chill out, man. I told you it was an accident. Probably went over a bump or something. The car didn't hit a motherfucking bump.
Man, this is some fucked up repugnant shit. I'll never fucking forgive you for this. No, the best part of that was the line when you just said it, where he's like, "Holy shit!" He goes, "Oh fuck!" He goes, "What?" He goes, "What the fuck just happened?" He goes, "I just shot Marvin in the face." What the fuck would you do that?
I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. Okay. And the car didn't no motherfucking bump.
Well, then when they're cleaning him up after, he's like, "Listen, man, I'm a race car, man. I'm in the red, and all I'm trying to tell you is, you don't want me in the red." He goes, "Oh, you're in the red? Well, guess what? I'm a mushroom cloud William motherfucker. I'm the guns of the fucking Never. You know what? We're switching. You get in the back."
That is so funny.
Well, the best part is when he's talking about, "Damn, Jimmy, this is that gourmet shit." Drinking the coffee, like, you got this gourmet thing. Listen,
That is so good.
I'm not gonna say that, but I'm gonna censor it. But it's like, you know what, Jules? He goes, "Don't tell me how good my coffee is, okay? I have Bonnie. I get the gourmet shit because I don't let Bonnie get my coffee. Because when I drink fucking coffee, I want to fucking taste it. But right now, the coffee in my kitchen is not my concern. My concern is the dead in my garage." It's like, it's like, "Okay, Jimmy." He goes, "Excuse me, Jimmy,
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, but is this dead storage?" Did you see a sign?
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
Grant.
going to head out now.
All right. See you later, Jared. Hey, Grant.
Okay.
What do you call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
In France.
France? No, I said they don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese. You got to do the next part of the line.
Royale with cheese.
No, you got it wrong. It was, you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France? He goes, "They don't call it quarter pounder with cheese." I go, "No, man, they got the metric system. They didn't know what a fucking quarter pounder is." He goes, "Okay, what do they call it then?"
Royale with cheese.
Okay, well then, Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac? Well, Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it La Big Mac. La Big
Love
Mac.
Big Mac.
Do you know
I
what?
love that.
Vincent, do you know what a TV pilot is? He goes, what? And he goes, TV. Well, you see, when a show is being developed, they have a show that they show to other people so that they can make more shows.
Fuck you just doing this towel, man? I was drying my hands. Well, you're supposed to wash them first. Well, you didn't watch me wash them. I watched you get them wet. I was washing them. Then she told to get up. They may couldn't laugh because they did a better job. I used to say fucking towel you did when I used to finish the towel. I used to get that look like no goddamn maxi pad.
What's your name? Like, so my friend, you speak English? What? Oh, like I never heard of that country before. What? I never heard of that country before. They speak English in what? What? English, motherfucker? Do you speak it? Goes,
Why the
what?
fuck did you tell
Say
somebody
what
was in the
again,
bathroom?
motherfucker? I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Why the fuck didn't you tell somebody was in the bathroom? Except in mine. You tell me with the goddamn hand cannon. Love it. Love Pulp Fiction. Like,
Pulp Fiction is a classic. You know what the best line in Pulp Fiction is?
what's that?
Say it without where the fuck is my phone? Hold on. Lost my phone, damn it.
I think you lost it when you toppled over the computer.
You know what? I probably did. No, it's right here. Okay. The only way to do this is to get the exact quote, but it's the best quote in the whole movie, and it's
All right.
not. And it's something that Jules says. I think you know where I'm going with this. So, pardon my soliloquy, but I must soliloquize. By the way, have you ever seen Glengarry Glen Ross? That's another one. I don't know who directed it, but that's a good one.
Coffee is for closers.
Coffee is for closers only. And he goes, your name, what does he say? Like, your name.
Oh wait, was it the guy that directed the 50 Shades sequels?
Yeah, it was better than that, though. That was later.
Well,
later.
I know, but like that was those are the two that came to mind that he also directed. Like I didn't know the director's name or anything, but I know that he also directed those two movies, which are big piles of dog shit.
All right, so here it is. Here's my soliloquy. Jules,
All right.
I'm not giving you that money. I'm buying something from you. Want to know what I'm buying, Ringo? Pumpkin.
Right.
What? This is after he mentions, give me my wallet. It says bad motherfucker on it. I still want that wallet. What? Jules, your life. I'm giving you that money so that I don't have to kill your ass. You read the Bible? Pumpkin, not regularly. Jules, there's a passage I got memorized. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of the darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper, and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon those with great vengeance and furious anger, those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. Now, I've been saying that for years. And if you ever heard it, that meant your ass. You'd be dead right now. I never gave much thought to what it meant. I just thought it was a cold-blooded thing to say to a motherfucker before I popped a cap in his ass. But I saw some shit this morning, made me think twice. See, now I'm thinking, maybe it means you're the evil man, and I'm the righteous man. And Mr. 9mm here, he's the shepherd checking my righteous ass in the valley of darkness. Or it could mean, you're the righteous man, and I'm the shepherd, and it's the world that's evil and selfish. And I'd like that. But that shit ain't the truth. The truth is you're the weak, and I'm the tyranny of evil men. But I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd. That line is Pulp Fiction to me. Anyone who doesn't understand what his point is when they hear that monologue doesn't understand the movie. What he's saying is that Pulp Fiction as a subgenre is entertainment, but it is also promoting evil. Anyone who watches Pulp Fiction and thinks it's just empty spectacle and bloodshed doesn't understand the point of what the movie is. What it's about is the cycle of violence and how to break through it. So there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Kill Bill also would be a second choice. Anyway, I love Kill Bill. I know it's one of those ones that in the fan base either you love or hate. I'm sorry, I love Kill Bill.
Here you go.
I don't know how you can watch that and not just piss yourself when you see the fight with the crazy 88s. I mean, come on. That fight scene is one of the coolest ass fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie. The music choice is perfect. The crazy 88. And he goes, "Why do they call it that?" He goes, "I don't know, man. Do they have 88 members? No." He goes, why do they call it the crazy 88? I don't know. Maybe they thought it sounded cool or something. I love Quentin Tarantino. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would also be a close second because I've seen it 8 times now. And it gets better and better every time. I never get sick of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it's kind of the same with Pulp Fiction. I never get sick of it. I could watch it 1,000,000 times and probably get something new out of it each time.
There you go.
But that's all of Quentin Tarantino. Even Death Proof. I'm sorry. Anyone... They say, "Oh, Death Proof is the weakest movie." Yeah, it probably is. But it's the weakest movie among great movies.
Right.
It's the weakest of a canon that all of them have been awesome. So yeah, that means it's still awesome. It's just slightly less awesome than the other ones. That doesn't make it bad.
Well, I never said it was bad.
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm saying that even Tarantino's like, I'm not a fan of Death Proof. I'm like, well, Death Proof's still a pretty awesome movie. So, let's see, number 8. I'm gonna go with. Did I mention this guy yet? I probably haven't. I'm gonna go with Sidney Lumet.
Sidney Lumet.
Yeah, Lumet. Can we pick people who have passed away? Does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Okay. Fun fact: Bobby Cannavale was his son-in-law. Jake Cannavale from The Mandalorian is his grandson.
Wow.
Yep.
You know that.
So, Sidney Lumet, he's made a lot of great movies, Failsafe being a good one that a lot of people don't talk about. But his best movie, I'm going to have to go with one of my favorite movies of all time, 12 Angry Men.
That is my favorite.
That is one of my top 10 all-time favorite movies.
Top 5 for me, dude. Like,
It's
love 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look at that beauty.
I need to get the Criterion. It's on my list.
And this is one of the few, and this is honestly a movie I will tell you is a masterpiece.
It is. It's perfect.
I don't use that term often because it is very much so overused.
Yeah.
But this movie is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Legit. I don't care if you don't think this movie is perfect. You gotta admit.
It's perfect.
It's a masterpiece.
It is. Number 9. Okay, let's see. Number 9. Hayao Miyazaki.
Hayao Miyazaki, there you go.
I'm going to have to go with... Look, there are multiple ones I could pick. Kiki's Delivery Service. Classic. Childhood favorite. My Neighbor Totoro. The Wind Rises, which a lot of fans don't like. I love that movie. That movie deeply resonated with me. You know what I'm going to have to go with? The easy and safe choice, Spirited Away.
I would literally just said that, Spirited Away.
One of my top 10 also favorite movies. That movie.
Spirited Away.
That's a movie that also gets more emotionally impactful the older I get. It's one of those movies. It's perfect. Number 10. How do I end this whole shebang-a-bang? How about... Who's number 10? Why don't we do Stanley Kubrick for number 10? I'm going to have to go with, he's made so many perfect movies. Dr. Strangelove is right up there for me. I can watch that movie anytime. By the way,
Cowboy.
By the way, Sisu has an amazing homage to Dr. Strangelove in it. You'll know it when you see it.
I was going to tell you, though, the funniest scene, one of the funniest scenes of... No. Hold on.
Okay.
One of the funniest scenes ever is in Dr. Strangelove.
Okay.
When he freaking rides the nuclear bomb like a cowboy, and then...
Perfect.
Wah! And then...
Mein Führer can walk!
Wait, hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woo! But I'm gonna go with Stanley Kubrick, my favorite, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
So ahead of its time.
You know why I love 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Why's that?
Because some people love it, some people are bored by it. I'll say this: this is why I love 2001. To me, it is the most existentially terrifying movie ever made. Existentially, because of the ending. The last scene of that movie is my nightmare. The idea of being in a room, aging and dying, and having no control, and being reborn and having no control. Time is moving and you can't stop it. You can't prevent it. The monolith has the power. You don't. You've lost control. That existentially is the most terrifying thing, and it lingers with you when you watch that movie.
It's terrifying.
It's really terrifying. The idea of, and then on top of that, so this is a fun fact. It also has a personal bearing. I had a teacher in high school named David Kilstrom. I'm going to call him out. I hope he's watching. David Kilstrom. He activated a malware detecting device that was specialized so that every time there was a potential malware threat to his computer, HAL 9000 would go, "I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that." That's I'm sorry, Dave, but I'm afraid I can't do that. And then I think what he said that when it was getting really bad, you'd hear Daisy, Daisy.
Now that is terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Like, I know it just might be the simplest thing, but like to creep you out, but like, dude, that is legit terrifying. Like when you just hear something like that, and it's just like, what?
Yeah. HAL 9000 proves that you don't even need a face to be terrifying as a villain.
Exactly. That's another thing. Like,
it's perfect. Now, I'm going to throw one more. I'm going to put a question for you that's not part of the list, because I know that he's a controversial guy. Michael Bay. What's your favorite Michael Bay movie, Luke?
The Island.
Really?
Yep, it's The Island.
I like The Island. That's kind of an
which one were you expecting me to say?
You know what one I would pick, honestly?
Let me guess. It's The Rock.
Well, no, The Rock is great, but no.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys is great. Bad Boys 2 is great. I'm sorry, I was gonna say it. That movie's awesome. No, the best one. Don't guess. It's a pick that you wouldn't expect. Pain and Gain.
Really? Okay.
I love Pain and Gain because, again, I think it's misunderstood. I think that people who saw it at the time didn't understand that he doesn't like these people. They're not good people. He knows they're not good people. He's making fun of them.
But it's also a really like inconsistent. It's a really tonally inconsistent movie because.
But that's part of what I like about it because I think what it's doing is it's. What people see as a tonal problem with that movie, I think, is intentional. I think it's trying to make you uncomfortable, even in both the humorous and the serious sense. And its tonal misjudgment is kind of the part of the point. It's the idea is that these people are bipolar in the way they behave. Well, you know what? Also, I'm going to say, just for pure tension reasons, Ambulance was pretty awesome. Can't lie.
It's really good, but it gets a bit dumb. Honestly, it gets a little bit dumb for me.
Don't get me wrong. It is dumb. It's dumb with no B. It is DUM.
Like, but like in the third, like I'm mostly considering the third act. Like the third act, it gets really stupid. Like,
but I'm sorry if you're not biting your nails when she's trying to save the dude with the freaking while they're in the middle of an ambulance chase. You're not human. That was just adrenalized, really intense.
Like that was so odd. I was just like, what in the what?
Yeah.
Like, they're actually doing that.
And Jake Gyllenhaal does crazed intensity better than just about any actor working today. He's so great. I mean,
he's one of the greatest actors alive. Like
he really is. I think that people forget how good he is when he's in these kind of movies. But even in these kind of movies, he brings a certain. Even in something like Prince of Persia, he brings a sense of
like realism.
It's hard to describe. Gyllenhaal does this very particular thing with his face. You know, he did it in Prisoners. He did it in the Guilty. He did it especially in Nightcrawler, which I still think is his best performance. Where he just, there's something he does with his eyes, and my mom doesn't like Jake Gyllenhaal because she says he creeps me out. I'm like, I think that's one of the reasons I like him so much, is he is kind of creepy. There's something about his behavior in a lot of movies that's intense and kind of creepy. Even in movies where he's playing normal people, like Stronger, which is really underrated, by the way. Stronger, the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, I know which one that is.
That's a
I've
great
seen it.
movie. That's real underrated. But there's a certain intensity, and also, I'm sorry, Brokeback Mountain to me is one of the most heartbreaking, moving films ever made.
Yeah, but you want to know a performance
Yeah.
from Jake? You want to know two performances from Jake Gyllenhaal that I think are criminally overlooked?
What?
First one that really does come to mind is Bubble Boy. Like,
You know what? Bubble Boy's great. This movie never got its day in court. I love that movie.
I love Bubble Boy.
Hilarious.
And also, I'm going to go ahead and say it because not a lot of people are talking about it. The Covenant.
You know what? Yeah, I liked The Covenant too. He was good in that.
Dude, his performance in The Covenant felt so real to me.
Well,
Like-
the part that got me where there's always sort of a moment in a Jake Gyllenhaal performance where you see that, where he does that thing where his eyes are wide, but he's kind of, the rest of his facial features are stoic. Like his eyes are wide and the rest of him is stoic. And it's the scene where he's talking to Johnny Lee Miller about, there's a hook in me, you can't see it. And the
Did I have
intensity.
a choice?
Right.
There is no choice.
That ripped me up because that was genuinely moving.
Dude, I was just like, dude, if you're gonna give Jake Gyllenhaal an Oscar by now, give it to him.
Honestly, yeah, I would say.
Even though I would say it's not his best performance, like that moment alone, I was just like, bro, you just come on, Academy, give him his Oscar. Like,
I think I honestly think you know the old expression that people have, especially people who are older than us, about how movies suck now and how most years are bad years for movies. I'm sorry, the 2020s is shaping up to be one of the best decades for movies we've had. It seems like,
especially last year. Like,
yeah, it seems like, and this year, it seems like every year early on we are getting early on, all the way up to January, more and more good films early in the year.
And not just good films,
Great.
but hidden gems too.
Are
Like,
You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. It came out in April, and if there's Justice in the World, it'll be remembered at Oscar time, at least for screenplay and acting. I mean, it's so good.
I know The Covenant's not going to be remembered for
No.
any Oscars, but still, I think that movie deserves love. Like,
It's real underrated, and
like seriously, cinematography, screenplay, and even Jake Gyllenhaal's performance. Like,
okay, now I want to ask you something, Luke, because I'm not going to get into my full list. We're going to do that in a couple weeks when we can get Tracy and Zach on the stream with me to do our midterm best and worst of list. By the way, I have a top 30. So
yeah, but with that,
Oh,
I'm just saying though, like with the top 30 though, we got to breeze by that, like, so
No.
that way we can have so that way, like when we get to our top 10s, we can all
well, that's
give
what
our
I was
own
gonna say
brief
is
thoughts, like when we go around. Like,
it's a top 30, but the thing is that my 30 through 20, I'm just going to do quick little blurbs about it, and then we're going to do 10 to 1. And then we're going to do the same.
that's what I was meaning. Like 10 to 1, we're gonna
But I
go a
wanna
little bit
mention
more
that.
in detail
I-
with, and I can
wanna-
tell
I want to.
I'm still at a top 25.
Mhm.
Like, and yeah, I mean, I will tell you that, like, man, I still really like it. I still really like these two movies, but they went down on my list because I never see myself watching them again.
Yeah.
Of an Age and 1001, they went down on my list because I
Yeah.
never see myself watching them again.
I'll just spoil it. That's still my number 1, and the other one is now my number 3 after Past Lives. But I really do.
But I'm just saying though. I mean, they're
Yeah.
still really good movies, but as far as like movies that I'm gonna rewatch this year, I'll never watch them again.
Yeah, I get that. They're emotionally heavy.
If I'm looking at like films that I gave a 4 out of 5 to, thinking like Plane or The Pope's Exorcist or Kill
I
Bot
like-
Soon or Fast X, I would rather watch those.
I
over
liked all
movies.
those. I like. What was the one before Fast X?
Kill Boksoon is a movie on Netflix.
I haven't seen that one, but of those three,
Zack Attack's Reviews, out of all people, recommended me to watch that movie, and I was like, dude, that was good. Like, and
well,
it is on Netflix. It's a foreign film on Netflix. I would tell you, I would recommend watching it. It's really good.
I wanted to point. I've heard about it. It's on my list. Maybe it'll either be one that I'll try to watch before the stream, or if anything, maybe I'll at the end of the year when I do my end of the year catch up. Maybe I'll put that on there.
Hold on, let me hit the comments here really quick.
Okay.
Eric says 2021 had like 5 movies that were 5 out of 5.
You didn't see enough movies, Eric.
I saw a lot of movies in 2021, but 2022 I got a lot more.
Well, guess
there
what?
was 20 movies I gave a 5 out of 5 to in 2021.
Well, this shows how many movies I see, because of this year's movies, I've given 52 movies 5 stars. I've given 30 of those movies 5-star plus. So that's the top 30.
So far, and last year I gave 10 of them.
Well,
I gave 10 5 out of 5s last year, which were The Bad Guys, Jackass, Sonic, what else? Wakanda Forever, The Fabelmans, The Batman, Top Gun, The Black Phone, what was it? Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. This year so far, I've only given 5 movies a 5 out of 5 because, I mean, originally, if for one of them I did not move down my score, I would have had 6.
Well, this is how good the year has been.
But as of right now, I've given 5 out of 5s, which I'll go ahead and spoil them really quick.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Mario, John Wick, Margaret, and Scream. Those are the only 5 movies so far this year I've given a 5 out of 5 to. But again, I haven't seen Joyride, I haven't seen Mission Impossible, and obviously I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. Those are the films that I know potentially I could possibly give a 5 out of 5.
Well, and that's the other thing. When we do the midterm, we are going to keep it strictly from January to June release, theatrical or streaming release dates. Because I think
no July releases?
No July, because I think that's going to be for the end of the year. That's why Theater Camp is on it.
Okay, so, yeah, but I was going to say, but if there was one, but I mean, I know you said not to count any of them, but look, man, depending on when we do the stream though, can I just at least just count one of them? Just
you
one.
know what? You know what? I'll let you have. Here's the thing. That's what I'm doing. If you want to put one on there, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna
because I mean, I already know that one of them at least is gonna be cracking my list.
Which one is that?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
I already know, just based off of the trailers, that is gonna crack my list.
Well, let me put it to you this way. This is how good of a year. Since we're only going to do the top 30 for me, let me just tell you what my honorable mentions and runner-up are to show how good a year this movie has been. So, if we're going by first and foremost, there are movies that would be on the list, except they technically haven't come out yet in this country. So, I Like Movies would be on there because Becca hooked me up with that one, and it was really great. Sometimes I Think About Dying, which I saw at Sundance, hasn't come out yet. It was really good. A Little Prayer, which hasn't come out yet, was really good. Theater Camp, which comes out in a couple weeks, but is not officially out yet. But I've seen it.
I got a couple of them outside of my top 10. There's a couple of honorable mentions I actually will throw in there. Definitely one of them will be Renfield. I'll definitely throw that as an honorable mention.
So,
sorry, Zach Goller. Renfield is awesome.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, seriously, he only criticizes that movie because of the mismarketing, dude. That's the best example of mismarketing.
Again, trailer does not illustrate movie.
Exactly. Plus, even if the trailer sold me on it, it didn't make me think that was going to be the whole point of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes that's why I like movies that are mismarketed. Biggest example is It Comes at Night. That movie was very mismarketed.
Yeah, that was on my list that year. I loved it.
But I love It Comes at Night.
It's brilliant. Anyway, so here, just to give you a good idea.
Real quick. Really, Eric? That's the only 5 out of 5 movie?
I gave it 5 out of 5 too, but it was not the only one last year.
Like I said, there were 2 movies that I put above the Batman that I also gave a 5 out of 5 to: The Black Phone and Top Gun Maverick.
I was gonna say Maverick had to have been on there somewhere above.
It was my number 1 the day that I saw it, and it never moved. It stayed as number 1 the whole way through.
Okay, but
And that movie is everything to me. Like, I know that may be saying a bit too early because it's only been a year since the film has been out, but that movie just hit me differently.
yeah,
So,
I get a lot.
now, look, Grant, you don't got to tell me that you think it's a little overrated. I know what you say.
You know what? Look. I joked about that movie a lot. It is a good movie. It's a very good.
You just got to admit, dude, it's great.
Is.
Like,
it's
visually
great.
and story speaking, perfect.
It is. I don't give you any grief for liking it. I think it's a really great movie. Anyway, but here
I know, but I'm just saying though, for anybody that's going to give me crap about how much I love Top Gun Maverick, just go home, please.
Okay.
I'm tired of it because Top Gun Maverick is a perfect movie.
All right, now Luke.
Okay, sorry. This
is a good indication of how good this year has been. These are the things that are not going to be on my list. Mathregan, sick. Knock at the Cabin, knock at your bitch's cabin. Sorry, I had to. Magic Mike's Last Dance, Demon Slayer to the Swordsmith Village, Moving On, The Lost King, Prom Pact, Tetris, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Sorry, Luke.
Woohoo!
Renfield.
But hey, the only reason why I did that is because I'm happy it's an honorable mention. Like,
it is. Look, I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. That means I love
That's
it.
what I'm saying, dude. I'm happy that you gave it a good score. Like, I was nervous that you were gonna. Like,
No,
I'm gonna be honest, dude.
A lot more. No.
I'm telling you that. I'll tell you this really quick before you go on.
Yeah.
I was nervous that you were gonna walk out of it and give it the exact same score you gave Shazam, and I would have been like, no.
There was very little chance I would have done that, even if I didn't like it.
I know, but there's a part of me that was scared that you would do it because I know you would do it, but.
Yeah.
It's just with that one specifically, I was like, no, you better not do it. You better not do it.
I don't lie, Luke. I don't lie. If I like a movie or dislike a movie, it's
I know, but I'm just saying though, that's just my my nervous mind speaking. Like,
yeah, I get you. I get that way too sometimes when someone sees a movie.
But we gotta hurry up though. So
okay. So like I said, Super Mario Brothers movie, Renfield, The Covenant.
Thank you.
Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
Thank you.
Chevalier, which that really surprised me. That didn't make my
That was really good. That I actually watched that not too long ago. Really good, dude. It was
really underrated.
Really good.
It was the last movie my grandmother saw before she passed away, so that was a very significant.
Rest in peace. And it's also got your girlfriend in it, so there you go.
It didn't have. It had one of my. No, it had one of my mistresses. That wasn't my actual wife. That was Samara Weaving. But I look,
like you joked about that like 6 months ago, so I had to bring it back to you.
I don't mean to be a guy, but I wouldn't kick her out of bed. Anyway, truly,
I'm sorry, but I had to bring that back for you. Like
this movie is not going to be on anybody's list, but I'm sorry. I know it's kind of stupid, but I had a good time. Hypnotic. I really dug Hypnotic.
I haven't seen it.
Crater, the Disney Plus film, really enjoyed it. Fast X, The Little Mermaid. Come at me, haters.
Dude. Actually,
I love The Little Mermaid.
If outside of my top 10, that's an honorable mention. That is such a good movie.
Now, this is the most controversial choice of an honorable mention, but I'm sorry, I needed a laugh. It made me laugh. The Machine.
I still haven't seen it, but I really want to check it out, man. It looks really funny.
Okay, and then Flamin' Hot. Really interesting movie about the guy who created the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And then this is a July release. So this is the end of the honorable mentions. This is a July release, but I'm just going to say it because I saw it. Sound of Freedom. I really liked it. And then from there, the runners-up, real quick, I'm just going to blow through them. They're basically the 22 movies that just missed the list for various reasons. BTS yet to come in cinemas, the concert film. Bula, which was a 3D Bollywood action movie. Mad Heidi, because hell yeah, Mad Heidi. Attack of the Doc, the documentary on Attack of the Show. Stan Lee, the Disney Plus documentary. This is a double bill. Shin Kamen Rider and Shin Ultraman. Cocaine Bear.
Damn it.
Scream 6.
Spoiler warning, Grant.
Yep.
Cocaine Bear's on my list.
Understandable. I gave it a 5.
I know, but I'm just saying though,
Yeah.
on my top 10, it is on my list.
All right, Scream 6, Evil Dead Rise, Mommy's with
That'll-
the Nuggets now.
That'll also be on my list.
Yep, Indiana Jones and the Battle of Destiny, The Flash.
Unfortunately, those two will not be on my list.
Yeah.
Even though Dial of Destiny was very good,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that. The Flash did not care as much.
I know,
about
you
it.
didn't. You weren't
I did not care for that film as much, even though it's still fine.
Yeah.
Just the way that people praise that movie, saying it's the greatest comic movie of all time. Fuck you. It is not great.
I wouldn't even call it the greatest comic book movie of this year. Not even the third greatest. It's the second greatest.
Like, I'm just saying though, like, because the way that people overhype it, I'm just like, fuck off. It's not that great.
I can name 3 comic book movies this year that are better than The Flash. Right now, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Nimona. There, I just named 3 comic book movies that are better.
Well, 2 technically that I would say are actually no.
Nimona's a comic book. Nimona's based on a comic book.
I haven't seen it, so like,
Yeah, it's
there's
based
4
on a,
so 4 movies that I would say are better than The Flash.
Yeah.
Obviously a Spider-Verse, Guardians 3. I'm sorry, Shazam. And I am sorry. I am sorry to anybody that loves The Flash. I will take Quantumania over The Flash. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't go that far, but I like Quantumania. But
I'm sorry to anybody that hates Quantumania. I will take that over The Flash.
I didn't hate Quantumania. I like Quantumania. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Close.
No.
I love it. I love it.
It's on my list too. That's also on my list.
Shank and Dunk, really underrated Disney film. Sharper with Julianne Moore. Being Mary Tyler Moore, the documentary on HBO. Mending the Line. A lot of people didn't see this one. Brian Cox, really amazing performance. Missing. Sorry, Luke. It was close. It's almost there.
It went down on my. Actually, for 2 movies, if I didn't move my scores down for either of those 2, then it would have been 7 5 out of 5s. Because Missing went down on my list.
This hasn't come out yet, so that's why it's disqualified. Theater Camp. I've seen it, but a lot of people have. Sisu, really close, but not quite. Polite Society, really, really fun.
That's an honorable mention for me.
Polite Society?
Yeah.
Did you like? You saw it?
It came on Peacock not too long ago. I watched it and I was like, bro, that was great.
I'm glad you liked it because I really had a good time at Polite Society. It was it was better than I expected it to be. And then 31, I'm happy to say, one of the subjects liked and commented on my review, which was very nice. And that was the documentary Close to Vermeer. It's about the artist Vermeer and this curator who's trying to put on a show in Amsterdam. It was a documentary. So then from there, I'm going to save the top 30 for when we do the stream, but that's... And then also...
Yeah, but I just... I didn't... Like, I know I spoiled some of my picks that are going to be on my list, but...
But you didn't give me the order.
I didn't tell you where they're going to be on the list. I only told you the top 5.
Well, and I brought up the Blackening's going to be on there. I mentioned Margaret. Like, you don't know where they're going to be unless you're on my letterbox.
Well, Well, and obviously same thing with like Spider-Man and Guardians 3. You didn't mention those, so I know those are going to be on your list.
And you know Nimona's going to be on there. You know everybody's going to be on there. You know Past Lives is going to be on there because they mentioned them, but I didn't necessarily mention where they were.
Yeah, I know you didn't mention those, but I was trying to think of another one that I was thinking that was going to be on your list.
There are a lot of documentaries on my list. That's for sure. This has been a good year for documentaries.
Yeah, I don't really watch that many documentaries. You couldn't tell.
Well, I have some that I think you'd really like that are on my list. The other one, which I'm not going to say where it's placed on the list, but it's definitely on the list that no one else is going to have. I'm happy to report that the makeup artist follows me on Instagram. Well, actually, the director of Everybody also follows me on Instagram now. But and that is The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. A lot of you guys haven't seen it yet. It was in theaters for a very short time. It'll be on Shudder in a couple weeks, I think. Check it out. It's really good.
And I already know for sure, like, because you told me earlier that Asteroid City will be on your list. So.
It'll be high on my list.
I know. That's the reason why I was saying it. I know it's going to be on your list, but I haven't seen it yet.
Now, I want to ask you a question, because this brings me to the last topic I want to talk about before I bail.
Yeah, because we got to get going in a little bit.
Yeah, we do. Favorite male and female performances of this year? Give me your top, 5.
Okay, so...
Supporting and main, it doesn't matter.
So, female... my favorite performance by a female so far is Abby Ryder-Fortson from Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do not care what anybody says. That is the best leading female performance I've seen all year. And
alert,
does
it's
voice acting count?
What?
Does voice acting count?
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm saying that now that you say it does, my number 2 would be Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy in Across the Spider-Verse.
Nice. I would agree.
I love that. That was a phenomenal performance.
It was.
So that's 2. I'm just going with the females first because you gotta get power to women.
Exactly.
So that's 2. 3, Melissa Barrera from Scream 6.
Yeah, I like Melissa
Excellent
Barrera.
performance. Well, actually, I'm actually going to tie that with also a Jenna Ortega.
You have to.
I have to do them. I have to do them both in one. Like,
Yeah.
I know that's cheating, but I don't care.
Yeah.
4. This might be coming as a surprise to some people. Halle Bailey for The Little Mermaid.
You know what? It's not going to be one of mine, but she was great. Can't complain.
Like, she shows that she can play as a Disney princess. Like, she is
Racism
perfect as
alone
Ariel.
makes her deserving of that because people were being assholes about her being in the movie.
Especially now with Rachel Zegler being Snow White. Who gives a crap
She
that
looks like
Snow White is Latina?
Though. She looks the part though.
I don't care, dude. Like, she is perfect for the part, especially if you've seen West Side Story. Like,
yeah.
Got Halle Bailey and my last one for the female performances, Viola Davis in Air.
You know what? Yeah. By the way, I want to tell you just real quick little sidebar. My mom finally watched Air, and I watched it again with her.
What'd you think?
Movie, she loved it. And here's the thing. No, you know the best part of the movie. I noticed this the second time. A little something that Matt Damon did because I wasn't in a theater, so it wasn't like a cacophony of laughter. When he's on the phone with Chris Messina, and I was like,
"You showed up at the house."
No, he goes off and off, and he gets the whole thing, and then he goes, "Hey, what was Chris Messina's character's name? Wasn't it like Jim or something?"
I think so, but I need to rewatch that movie.
He goes, "Hey Jim," and he has that little smirk. He goes, "What?" And he goes, "See you Monday." You mother.
That's so good. And okay, now I'll go males.
Okay.
So, my favorite performance so far of this year by a male is Matt Damon in Air.
You know what? He was great.
Dude, he deserves another Oscar nomination. I don't care what anybody says. He deserves another one.
It's probably going to be forgotten, which is a damn shame because that's such a great movie.
Number 2. Well, actually, I'll throw in an honorable mention for best female performance. Yep. Lily Sullivan in Evil Dead Rise.
You know what? Lily Sullivan is one of my new favorite actresses. I have a crush on her because of that movie. So.
She is a badass.
She's awesome. And Alyssa Sutherland, quite.
Yep. I gotta tie those 2 in for honorable mentions for female. No. So second for male because I already pointed out Matt Damon. Mm-hmm. I am going to go with Chris Pine in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep, that's not a bad pick at all. I think he was fantastic in that movie.
And again, honorable mention for female, Michelle Rodriguez in Dungeons and Dragons. Mm-hmm. 3. This might not be what you're thinking. Chris Pratt in Guardians Volume 3.
I wouldn't pick Chris Pratt. He was good. Honestly, I would pick Bradley Cooper if I was picking a male for Guardians.
But I know Bradley Cooper it was the best part of the movie, but this is kind of biased because Star-Lord is my favorite Guardian, so
right.
It's personal bias.
Mm-hmm.
4, Jack Black in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
You have to. It's perfect. I agree.
But actually, for number 4, I'm actually gonna tie it a bit. Charlie Day and Jack Black in Super Mario Brothers. I'm gonna tie that.
Okay.
Again, I know it's cheating, but
let's do a top 10. Screw it. Let's do a top 10. You get one.
All right. So I guess I can add more into that into the females. So again, number 6 is tied for Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan in Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
Number 7 would be Michelle Rodriguez in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Number 8 Number 8, I'm going to go with Karen Gillan in Guardians Volume 3.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Nebula was just awesome in Guardians Volume 3. Like, she was just... Like, she was, like, the best that she's ever been as Nebula.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to go with that. And then I will go with Nikki Amuka Bird in Knock at the Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's number 8, right? Or was that...
9.
That's number 8. 9.
Oh.
Okay.
Fine, 8, whatever. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I'll just go with that'll be 8. So screw it. Because I said my number, because I think I know what my number 7 was. That was Karen Gillan. And then number 8 is Nikki Amuka Bird and Knock at the Cabin.
Number 9.
Number 9, Violet McGraw and Megan. I know that might be a controversial take, but
I like it. She was good. I like her a lot.
Again, she shows promise. Like, she's showing promise.
Talented youngster. All right.
And then 10. This is number 10. I'm gonna go with Rachel McAdams and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
That is a great pick. Pick.
I think I've named already my top 4 for males.
Okay.
Because I named obviously Matt Damon, then frick. Why am I blanking?
Matt Damon, Chris Pine was one of them. I know that.
Chris Pine, yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, then Chris Pratt, and then a tie for Charlie Day and Jack Black.
Yeah.
Number 5, I'm going with Nicholas Hoult in Renfield.
He was pretty cool. Well, not Nicolas Cage though.
Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna tie it.
I was gonna say.
Don't you think I forgot about that? I'm gonna tie it.
He was awesome.
6, Dave Bautista in Knock at the Cabin.
He was pretty great in that movie.
Best performance of his entire career so far. Like, no question about it.
Right up there, if not the best. Absolutely.
I think it is his best. So 6 is Dave Bautista. 7, Jake Gyllenhaal in The Covenant.
Okay. Good pick.
Number 8, Oscar Isaac as Spider-Man 2099 in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Good pick.
Don't you think I was gonna forget that? Like,
No.
I love Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
Number 9, Jonathan Majors in Creed 3.
Yeah. Controversy aside, he was pretty great in that movie.
He's innocent now, so I can talk about him.
Is he though? Is that proven? Because it seems like there's.
It is proven. He is innocent. So.
Okay.
It is proven.
All right. Fair enough.
So yeah. So Jonathan Majors. But now that he's proven innocent, I can talk about him again without depressing myself.
Number 10.
Number 10. Whoa. Chris Hemsworth in Extraction 2.
I still haven't seen it. I haven't seen number 1 either. I need to see both of them before I can.
Okay, the first one's okay, but you gotta see Extraction 2.
That's what I hear. I'll say this. I saw 5 minutes of Extraction 2 on silent on the plane. Some guy was watching some of it on his phone.
All right, so let's quickly give your top 10 best female and male actor performances.
Okay. I'm not even gonna rank them from bottom to the top. I'm just gonna go from 1. My number 1 is a tie because I can't pick between Abby Ryder-Fortson and Rachel McAdams for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That's just perfect.
My number 1 is like no competition. Abby Ryder-Fortson
she was perfect.
She deserves more work. Like,
yeah,
she just deserves the world, dude. Like, she is awesome.
She should get an Oscar nomination for this, quite frankly.
Yeah, and funny enough, I know I told you this before, but when I tweeted about the film, she liked and retweeted my tweet.
I got a like and a retweet and a comment response from Kelly Fremont Craig.
Kelly Fremont Craig, the director of the movie. And that is her second feature film, only after The Edge of 17.
And the first one was great too, about a totally different age group of young woman. Like, that was also Edge of 17 was awesome. It was on my list that year.
It kind of reminded me also of last year's Prey, like because Dan Trachtenberg only made one movie before that, which was 10 Cloverfield Lane,
which was also awesome.
And then 6 years later, we finally got his second feature film, Prey.
Right. All right, so that's my number one. My number two, Greta Lee in Past Lives.
Okay.
She was great. Number three, Tiana Taylor in 1001.
That's an honorable mention for me.
You have to admit, she was pretty great in that movie.
She was freaking great in that movie.
Yeah. Number four, I know I'm not simping, I promise. She's only in one scene, but it's the best scene in the movie. Margot Robbie in Asteroid City. Legitimately, she was great in that movie.
I mean, who doesn't love Margot Robbie?
She's awesome.
But I
You know I
don't
do.
know for sure, but I think she's definitely gonna like. I know. Again, I haven't seen Asteroid City, but I can already tell that her performance in Barbie is gonna be a lot better. Like, because obviously she's the main character and she has a lot more screen time.
Asteroid City's, she has one scene, but it's the most emotionally impactful scene in the movie. So that, to me, is
What
gonna be
I'm
hard to
saying
top.
though, for Barbie though, it shows a lot of Margot Robbie's like comedic talent. Like,
I see you. I get what you mean. Number five, since we're including voice actor performances, Chloe Grace Moritz in Nimona. She was
Okay.
so good in that movie. Number six, Julia Louis-Dreyfus in You Hurt My Feelings.
okay, haven't seen it, but good pick.
All right. This one I know you haven't seen because a lot of people didn't, but you have to check it out. Laurie Metcalf in Somewhere in Queens.
It's $6 on iTunes to rent it, and I will do it soon.
It's worth it. Number eight, I have to find this young lady's name before I can say. I forgot what her name was. Let me look at her name. Leia DeLeon Hayes from The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
Okay.
Number eight. Number nine is Sydney Sweeney in Reality.
Okay.
My number 10 is a tie between two performances in two movies, so we can't pick. And those are, because they're both of a similar nature, is Margaret Qualley in Sanctuary and Mia Goth in Infinity Pool. I'm sorry.
That's an honorable mention for me.
That-
I honestly did kind of forget about that, but it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really
So
quick, I'm
that's-
going to move into a different position because my phone's almost dead. So,
Okay.
but
So
if you don't, just if you don't hear anything from me yet, just actually just wait a couple minutes until I get my position ready.
Okay.
So. Okay.
All
So let me just get my phone. Put it. Oh. You guys do not need to see my TV. There we go. Okay, now we're set.
All right. My number one, I can tell you without even having to look. It's Glenn Howerton in Blackberry. Is my number one.
For actor.
For actor. For male actor. Number two, I am going to have to go with. You know what? Let me think for a second. I'll have to circle back. Number two, I'm going to go with Christopher Abbott in Sanctuary. He was fantastic. Number three, it's too bad you can't pick documentaries in this particular list because I might. You know what? Screw it. It's my list. I'll do it. Number three is Michael J. Fox, and still a Michael J. Fox story as himself. Come on, you gotta put him on there. Number four, I'm gonna go with a tie between Tom Hanks and Jason Schwartzman in Asteroid City because they're both really terrific. Number five,
Actually, can I throw in an honorable mention again?
Yeah.
Jason Schwartzman in Across the Spider-Verse has the Spot.
You know what? Yeah. I
Perfect villain, dude. Like, and also perfect casting as the Spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Perfect.
Number five, Riz Ahmed in Nimona.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Number six, Elias Anton in Of an Age.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, that's a tie. Elias Anton and Tom Green from Of an Age as the two leads.
Tom Green?
Tom Green, yeah, that's his name. Not that Tom. Thom Green. Tom Green.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to say like that.
Australian Tom Green, not Freddy Got Fingered Tom Green. All right, number 7.
That was my cheese helmet. I'm sorry.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Yeah.
Okay,
Daddy, would you like
let's
some
move on.
sausages? Number 7 is a 3-way tie between Aaron Kingsley, Editola, Avon Courtney, and Josiah Cross as Terry in 1001. All 3
Okay.
actors played him. Number 8 is a tie, because I'm going to keep doing it, between Yo Teo and John Magaro in Past Lives.
Okay.
Number 9 is... I'm going to go to... Gotta find the name. David Johnson in Rye Lane.
Okay.
And my number 10... Who is going to be my number 10? You know what? I'm going to give my number 10 to Chris Messina in Air. Because he was phenomenal.
I was waiting for you to pick a performance from Air. Like,
He was great.
you showed up at the house.
I'm going to find you. Like, okay.
Such a great movie, and I need to show my mom and dad that movie.
It's and you know what? I'm gonna mention this because you got to do an honorable mention. I'm gonna do an honorable mention on the female side. Viola Davis in Air. You're right. She was just. But then again, Viola Davis is a trump card. Viola Davis could read the phone book, and I'd still probably want to give her an Oscar. She's such a terrific actress. Like,
Yes.
she's good in everything. She's good in Suicide Squad. Not even the Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, because she's just Viola Davis. She just plays it.
But she's obviously a lot better in the Suicide Squad.
Well, yeah, because everything's a lot better in the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad's a great movie.
Because I mean, it's the Suicide Squad. The clue is in the name.
I also liked your pick for Haley Steinfeld. She was really great. And who was it? You know what I would put as an honorable mention for the male?
So
It's gonna be an out of the box pick, but I believe this is the correct actor. Shea Wiggum as Captain Stacy in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
that's
her dad.
Gwen's father, right?
Dad. Yeah, that's her
I was about
dad.
to say, yeah, that's her father.
Yeah, that whole subplot was really moving in that film, and I thought
I also want to throw in Shane McMoore and Brian Tyree Henry in Across the Spider-Verse.
And also, you know what? Actually, you know what else I'm gonna pick for that, because we're just on a roll here. Daniel Kaluuya's Spider-Punk was fucking awesome.
Yes, Daniel Kaluuya as Spider-Punk. Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you.
Crapping on the establishment. Right on. A little. Yeah. You know what I realized, Luke, this year, more than any other year, between Suzume, Spider-Man, and especially Suzume, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Nimona, as well as Super Mario Brothers, and even carrying over from late last year with Puss in Boots, animation is not just for kids. The people who think that it is just for kids or shouldn't be taken seriously as an art form doesn't really like movies or care about them.
Well,
because
I mean, look at Mario. Like, Mario is attained for all ages. Like,
no, but I'm also talking about like Across Spider-Verse, where that works on that level. But I'm also saying, like, Across Spider-Verse and Nimona, what they prove is that sometimes the themes of an animated movie can be more, because of the limitless nature of animation, can be more emotionally impactful than movies that are ostensibly for adults, that are live action. Because there's a certain element of Across the Spider-Verse. I know people who have never seen a superhero movie in their life, who are 40 years older than me, who see not knowing a thing about the comics and coming out of that movie thinking it's one of the best films of the year, because it's just a great movie. It has a good story. It has emotional depth to it. And they didn't even see the first one. And they just saw it on its own and thought it was perfect. That it was just a perfect movie. Because it was. Yep. You know? So we need to stop the whole idea of animation just being an art form for kids. Because it isn't. Even if it's still a family movie, there is depth that because I think the elasticity of animation makes it so that you can do things even on an emotional level you just can't do with live action. And,
right.
But dude, you know what you need to do? You gotta see Nimona, dude. So we can talk about
I will.
it.
It's not at the moment right now, so.
You'll love it, man. I promise you.
All right, but guys, we've been going in for 3 hours, so
Yeah, exactly.
yep, exactly 3 hours. So we're gonna log off for tonight. So
And I
Grant,
gotta
thanks
get
for
to
being
bed,
here,
like,
and we will see you guys in the next one. Have a great night.
Can I tell people what's coming next first before we say goodbye?
Yeah, go right ahead. Just
So
Take it away.
tomorrow for my viewers, we will have an early review tomorrow night for Joyride because I'm going to go to a slightly early screening tomorrow. I will also get to go to an early screening next. Well, I'm seeing Insidious: The Red Door on Thursday, but then next week on Monday we will have a slightly early review for Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Very excited.
yeah,
All right.
really excited about it.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for having me, buddy.
See you later.